Are we live?
And we're live, folks. Are we live? Coming to you
Please,
live.
please tell us
Jakes,
if we're live. We have a lot of business things going on and we cannot focus enough to check if we're live.
we are coming to you live and direct from our current jobs. Jake Smith, how are you? Is this live? Can you hear me? How are you? Oh,
Are we
it's
are you,
great.
are you getting an echo?
I'm not.
Hold on. That's on my end. Sorry, I got a lot of stuff going on ever since I got a job.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Sorry, I had multiple things open. I think we're live now.
hmm Yeah, I would
I
have
think we're
flamed
live.
you. I would have flamed you about getting a job, but I also had to get a job, unfortunately, due
Yeah.
to. So, what'd you get a job for, fool?
Oh, I just don't know how to make money in this space anymore. So I thought I'd maybe go back to the old spaces that I could make money. So now we have to wear a suit every day, um, pretend we like it here instead of actually liking it here. And yeah, that's kind of how it's been going. See, we grade 4.5 non hollow magnetons, and next thing you know, you're on Indeed searching for literally anything you can find. So that's kind of where we're at.
That's a nice
What
office,
about you?
fool. I mean, I'm just hot that you got your own office with the bookshelf, and I'm over here in the common area with all the
hmm
jokers. So clearly, you got a better job than me.
I mean, what people don't understand is you actually work for me. So I'm right around the corner. If you didn't know, I'm the one with the big golden plaque on the door that says boss. That's what my relationship to you is. Just to reaffirm.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll work for you, Big Derek. So what are we working on?
Well, you are working for me. So what we can work on, um, we do have a decent amount of topics today. Obviously, we're very prepared and we're incredibly serious about this podcast moving forward. If
hmm
everyone thought, this was Joker hour and, oh, these guys are so goofy and, oh, look, a couple clowns inviting other clowns on to do a whole entire circus. No, that's not what we're about. We've never been about that. We've always been incredibly serious. And you see the way I'm pointing at you? That shows how serious we are about this podcast. Um,
Correct. We conduct business. We're here to conduct business. Now, as a
mhm.
business, I only probably got like an hour before I got to go back to work.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
So if you guys have any topics or any questions or anything like that, throw them in the chat now so we can
hmm
get to them. That's first and foremost. Second and foremost, Jake Smith, you had some topics that you just had to get off your chest. So why don't we
hmm
go to the list? We got a list or
Yeah, we've got a list. Obviously, incredibly serious here. I'm actually still at work because I'm the boss. This is Ernie's
Mhm.
lunch break. I let him have an hour instead of 10 minutes like usual.
I
So
love it here.
that's how good of a boss I am, letting employees do what they want on the clock. But if we wanted to hop into the topics, um, our first topic, I'll just run down the list real quick so people can know what to look forward to. Kind of like a presentation at the beginning of a presentation at a normal office job. We're going to talk about Collecticon, New Jersey. Obviously, looked like it was an absolutely great time. Everyone printed. It was butterflies and rainbows all around. Um, and excuse our language, of course. Like we don't usually allow cussing in the office, but we may get a little hot today because we're burning up in these suits and we don't want to be at our jobs right now, but we have to because the market is dead. Um, why are XY alternate arts so cheap? Why the fuck are they so cheap? All right, moving on.
Wait,
Um,
wait.
yep.
I think I have one of those. Is this what you mean? BR back. Is this what you mean?
All right. Well, here we go.
Now, of course, the blue screen is not gonna work, so just bear with me. Is this what you were referring to?
No, that's mid. What I was referring to
Wait, this is mid
are,
to you? This is mid?
oh yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I could buy that with, 5 seconds of my time. Um,
This is a grail. That's it.
I'm talking about the gold border, Gyarados EX, Alakazam
Mm,
EX, even Volcanion EX. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. And Shaman EX has shiny Rayquaza Mega in the background.
bro,
Rayquaza, my fault. My fault.
I wanted to kick you so hard, but I need this job.
Yeah, don't kick me or it's over. Bonus is gone. I'll make you
Yeah.
go right back to work. No,
So
no
wait,
more lunch
you're
break for
telling
you.
me the gold border XY full arts are too cheap.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
But my question to you is if they're so cheap, it's because nobody wants them at higher prices.
Not necessarily. They were being bought for $500 to $800,
Okay.
quite a bit last year, and now they're 3 times cheaper. We can dig into that a little later. We want to talk about Poke Park promos. I think that's a cool little set, and we got a little extra nuance behind those. We can talk about the McDonald's set in Japanese, the original one. Super amazing set. Um, Throughout the podcast, we're going to be, reiterating how incredibly serious we are about all of this, obviously, because we are at work currently, so we have to treat
We're on
this
the
like
clock.
work as well.
Let's
We're on
go.
the
We're on the
clock.
clock. I mean, let's just start it
Um,
off, bro. Look, your list, I'm all set on your list.
yeah, it's a little long. Yep.
Let's talk about what I want to talk about, which is
Mm.
how come,
You'd love that. Yep. Carry on.
yeah, how come there are sets like the Japanese McDonald's promos, Walk
Hmm.
With Me, where
Okay.
you got the best hit of the set, the Pikachu, at $50 million, and then you got the second best hit of the set at 5.
Hmm.
It doesn't make sense to me. So I was looking at the Poke Park promos as a business,
Hmm. As we do.
and I was like, wait a second, dude, hold time out. The Pikachu is like 700 plus in a 10,
Hmm.
of course, Pikachu premium. But then the Torchic is like 150, 200 in a 10. Same release, hollow, the only other hollow. Why is it a seventh of the price?
Hmm.
I'm not done. I want to keep going.
Keep going.
Elotties. I don't even know this. You outside, this is a clone that I'm even talking about this. But
Hmm.
E-Lotteries, the Charizard's 50 gazillion dollars. The Blastoise is like 500.
Hmm.
Why? Why don't people want the second best hit? And are they dusted?
Well, my response, I think, is a lot of the market is still being driven by demand and people just wanting to collect one certain Pokemon or a few different ones. So they're just looking up Pikachu, 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 Pikachu. They find the Poke Park one and they're like, oh wow, that's an amazing Pikachu. It's only $700 in a 10. Sure, I'll get that. And then the word Poke Park on the slab and everything drops away. It's just right out of their head. I'm done with that set. There's not even anything to look forward to because I'm looking for other Pikachu's. And I think it's the same thing with Elotties is like Charizard, Charizard, Charizard. Oh, that's an exclusive hollow Japanese Charizard. It's only 3,500.
I
Sure.
need that.
Yeah. I don't need Blastoise or Venusaur. I don't even care about those Pokemon. Or even the release of this thing. I think it just looks cool. So that's my thought on it is people are dusted and set collectors really only exist in WotC. Um, and I don't know, like, do you need nostalgia to start collecting an entire set? Because I'm seeing a lot of videos of people like, I just completed my first edition base set, and they go and flip through the very vast pages. And they're like, yeah, I do have the item finder and the Pokemon breeder. See, I finished it all. See, I'm completed. Where it's like, in reality, people only really cared about the first page. Oh, do you have the Charizard? And then people tap out.
True.
So I feel like set collecting is it's like a little extra unnecessary flex, but it's also like maybe an OCD fed thing where
Mm-hmm.
you just kind of have to finish it off and you don't even really care about the last pages, but you just have to get it done to feel complete.
Or somebody would finish me off. I'm not gonna even hold you up.
Yeah, well, you're
Uh,
at work, so you can't talk about that.
Look, bro,
Um,
I think there's a lot of shit going on. I do think that like if you think back to when stuff was going crazy in the boom or whatever, like people just couldn't get the Pikachu. They're like, oh yeah, that's a gazillion dollars. So, oh
mhm,
wow, I love the Torchic now. I love the second best hit. Oh, if I could just own a part of this set, my little life would be complete. That's cap.
mhm,
'Cause at the end of the day, what you really wanted was the Pikachu and the Charizard. You're broke, so you got the Blastoise, and now that the Pikachu and the Charizards and all the gas stuff is going down, the Blastoise is getting wrecked, train wreck.
mhm.
That's you know what I'm saying. So, dude, I was selling that Blastoise for like 700. You got an offer for your Beckett 9.5 for 850 a year ago, and now it's
3 years,
500.
yeah.
2
Mhm,
years, whatever. Now it's 500, and that's a Gen 1 Blastoise, limited print, yada yada yada, fucking yada, dude.
mhm.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the Poke Park Torchic. It's still just as hard to grade. It's still from the same release, but it's a seventh of the price. It's weird to me. So I don't know. I think it could be a product of like because the actual chase is getting lower, people just rather wait to get that. You know
Yeah,
what I
that
mean?
makes total sense. It's like back in the boom times, it's like, "Oh, I may never be able to afford that Pikachu." Like, I love it, but the only thing I can afford right now is the Munchlax or the Torchic or something of the set, and I can kinda own that lesser card and think about the Pikachu and fantasize about the Pikachu, but now that everything's dropped down and everything that's, like, exclusive Japanese is actually affordable now, people are just picking all of those up and forgetting about the rest of the mid. Not calling Torchic mid, he's a cute little chicken nugget, but, he's obviously not Pikachu. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, you can even see it in the McDonald's E-Series promos, like the most popular McDonald's set that was ever released. Like the Pikachu, Squirtle, Charmander, all the big hits are still, 250 to what, 500, $600. And the Larvitar and Slowpoke are like 120 to 150. When those used to be, $200 to $400. So pretty crazy. Everything's affordable now, so everyone's only buying the coolest stuff. And even when everyone's buying the coolest stuff, it's still cheap because there's just a lot of it now. People trying to sell out of it and get some money. Like I just talked to a guy who picked up a bunch of, the XY Gyarados shiny full art, secret rare, the Mewtwo, the two different Mewtwo's, the blue and the red that have, two Pokemon behind them. He picked all of those up for like 2 to 250 each. Those used to be $600 to $800 cards. And the guy who bought them for that amount. And he has some, things he has to take care of in real life. Like I think his AC and heater went out all at once. So now he has to pay for that and he has to get rid of cards for 1/3 of the price he bought them for. So that's also what the market is constantly fighting against is people experiencing real life things and having to
Hmm.
let go of their precious little collectibles
Well,
to
it's kind of
help
dark
with
too
that.
because like there's a Larvitar in the McDonald's promos, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's Pikachu, Charmander, Larvitar, whatever, Chikorita, yada yada. So the Larvitar used to be expensive. Then it dropped a lot. It was like around 110, 125. But what happens now too is the nine is dust. The nine is like 35
Mm,
or 40. So now if I'm a Japanese dude that doesn't know how to pre-grade and I have a minty raw one, I might not even send it because it's like, do I want to get a nine and break even? Or do I want to just get 35 raw? And like you said, he might need the money for whatever life stuff. So now you're seeing, like, bro, I just picked up that card, minty. I just got it in today. It's gonna get a 10, and it was like $25 because like
Hmm.
it just squeezes everything down. So now the flippers can get the minty ones cheap again. So that's gonna hurt the 10 price because I'm gonna 10 that shit and dump it,
Hmm.
right? You get what I'm saying? So I mean, I might PC. I don't know. We're gonna see. But
And I mean, and then going off of that too, when there's a bunch of other people actually going for tens, like, oh, I can make money with a 10, and they start getting nines, like everyone's sending a Larvitar in, there's going to be a steady trickle of nines coming in. It's like the supply of nines is getting larger as people try to increase the tens and get money off the tens. So it puts the nines in a position where there's not enough demand for the nines. So there's like a lot of these examples through Japanese cards right now, maybe even English, where you can pick up a nine for less than raw near mint because the binder demand is still there. People still want to fill their binders with Larvitars, but there's
mhm.
not many. There's way less people wanting a nine of that card than there's people wanting to fill a binder out and complete a set. So it's in this weird spot where it's like, is it best to find good looking nines and just crack those and get them less than raw? Like maybe. Like people are willing to take losses on their nines right now. So um,
Bro, I saw Versus Series nines, not the hollows, the non-hollows like the dust, the Yanma and the other bug or whatever, but still Versus Series expensive pack, bro. The nines were $11, $12.
mhm,
What? So that means like they're like, oh yeah, we lost, we failed. Here, just please give us $7 after shipping, like so we can at least
mhm,
like so. It's kind of insane to think that like how down some cards are, especially the ones that are not popular, like on the spectrum of not popular Pokemon. They're getting hurt, bro. There's
mhm.
a lot of dark auctions. And then the funny thing about that is that sometimes you get that nine for $11, crack it, 10 it, and it'll sell for 350. Like people are so beyond dusted. Like, oh, it's a
Mhm.
side duck 10, so now it's 400. But if it was a nine, it's 30. Like what?
Yeah,
So I can make you the
crazy.
argument that you can just like literally buy popular Pokemon in nines, like just Charizard, Gengar, Pikachu in nines that look minty, crack them all, sell them, and probably profit. Like if you
Mhm.
know, I mean, who wants to do that? But you get me, like you could, and it's relatively low risk if you know how to crack. So,
Yep.
but yeah, dude, I don't know.
Uh, I definitely know how to crack these days. Very, very confident. Been cracking a lot.
Yeah, Versus is so stupid, cheap is crazy. Let's catch up with the chat real quick. We got the homies in here, UAP. We got Pokey South. Andrew said he's living work. Well, Shug Nasty's laughing. Okay. Drew's here for the clownery. Respect. Um, Josh wants to know if we're reviewing portfolios. Mhm.
We're already reviewing so many I've already looked through 15 portfolios today. I'm not. I think one more would send me over the edge.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Let me cut you off real quick. Yeah, Sharon. No, yeah. Extra cream and extra sugar. Yeah, thank you. Just like always. Thanks. Yeah,
Hi,
don't bother
Sharon.
me again.
Hi,
All
Sharon.
right,
She's hot, bro.
we're back to it. Yeah,
She's on
sorry,
that
that's
flight.
my secretary. Um,
Okay. Shug Nasty says Poke Park Whismer is $2. I smell value.
it's a lot of Wismer
Um,
value.
what? I don't know. Okay, let me Google it before I get trolled because I feel trolled
By what?
by Cheval's. Anyways, let's continue with the show, shall we? What else is on the list?
Um, I mean, we can. Should we talk about Collecticon or why something recently got me super hot?
Dude, I just don't even want to talk about Collecticon to be honest, because I okay, here's the thing about Collecticon. And I'm speaking strictly as a human, not as a business. Okay.
Hmm.
As a human, Collecticon, you get extremely tired. Like it's a lot of work, it's a lot of interactions, a lot of stress on your legs. You also have to fly there. You have to lug a bunch of heavy stuff there, right?
Hmm.
And then it's also variance because the guy that's going to buy you out might make a left instead of a right and buy somebody else out, you know? So why are we really going to the card shop, to the card shows to make the same that we would make on eBay? That doesn't make sense to me. Now, if I'm a huge business and I take 100K in inventory and I make 15 or 20 on the trip, then it's worth lugging the suitcase full of slabs, bro. If I'm walking with 20K, I like
Yep.
straight up. Like if I was, like if I was Squeaks or Kai or something, I would just be constantly dumping inventory, trying to get as liquid as humanly possible. And I would say, yes, I'm putting strain on my body, yada yada, dealing with all these jokers, but I'm also making 20K net after, after. But if you're a smaller business like me, where I'm making like 4 to 5, let's say at a good con, it's like, is it even worth it? Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's not that different than what you would net on eBay if you just list every day and promote and whatever. Like I just doesn't feel like it pushes the needle that much for me. And I guess
Hmm.
I mean that as a business, and as a person, like a lot of the people that I guess my first con to meet everybody and stuff was very memorable. Like when we went to Denver and everybody met. But for the most part, we hang out with these people online all the time anyway, right? Like I can talk to Weedy whenever I want. I don't have to go to the con to chill with Weedy. Like I just hit him up. I got his phone
Hmm.
number. I could hit you up on FaceTime, be like, yo, what's going on? So I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like every con they try to sell me that it's gonna be a different experience, but it's not. It's just the same
Hmm.
experience. It's work your ass off. Everybody's so tired that nobody wants to do anything. So you just drink Bud Light in the hotel room and somebody talks about MetaSuit and you jump. Like
Hmm.
that's every con. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, what do you think? I don't know.
You just start wishing you worked at your office job on the weekend instead of going. Um, I don't know. Yeah, I'm feeling the same way about cons, at least the ones that you have to fly to, because after flights, hotel, everything, you're basically taking eBay fees, at least with the amount of inventory we're bringing, or even the amount of inventory you can like feel comfortable even bringing on a plane. Like, I don't want to check a bag full of 10 to 15K in inventory. I know people do it, but I want like all of that to be carry on, so I know where it is, so I don't have to worry about chasing a bag for 3 weeks that gets lost or I just never find again. So it's definitely like you're kind of putting in your flights into your eBay fees, and you're just kind of able to go there and have fun with friends in person. But obviously, that's like as a business, friends are bags, so um, it's hard to justify that. At least going to a lot of them, like you can always plan, 2 or 3, or maybe even your the one that is going to be the best, and all your friends are going to be at. You can do one a year and make it make sense, but it is just so much work. Like, and then once everyone's off to the races, it's like you're on your own. Like you're on your own island. It's like everyone's there for you, but not really once the money starts flowing. So,
Well, the thing
um,
is, even the people that want to be there for you, they can't because they're busy. You know,
yeah.
like like it sounds good in theory, like, oh, we're all going to the con together, but in practice is different than in theory. In practice, I look at Jake, there's 4 people in front of his table. He has money out. Like I might have a question for you, but it's like I can't bother you right now. You're trying to sell to 4 people at once
Hmm.
and you just don't have time. So unless you make a conscious choice to say, okay, Jake, watch my table for 10 minutes, I'm gonna go on a coffee run. And unless everybody's on the same page that like every couple hours, everybody has to go get something for the group. Like, it could be worked into a more comfortable situation, whatever, bring a seat, better shoes, whatever. But I've been to a few cons already, and it's generally a very similar experience. Is what I'm saying. Like the
Hmm.
worst is when there's nobody there, because then you're like, fuck me, I'm done.
Hmm.
But like Orlando was packed. We had a ton of sales, bro. We were all day working, all day, all day, all day. And then afterwards, I'm just repeating myself, but then afterwards, people are too tired to do anything. Like people just literally just want to sit down because your legs hurt,
Right.
So that's the reality of it. Um, versus I feel like before the con, people get super excited because they want to see their friends and they kind of make it into something that it's not. They're like, yo, this is Disney World. It's like it's not though. It's a lot of
Yeah.
work. And like you barely get to to hang out. Like people have kids, they have to go early. Like you just like barely chill. Like I think if
Right.
we took a vacation with all the homies to wherever, that would be way better than going to a con. But
Hmm.
then again, it's like everybody's here for cards, so it kind of makes sense to go to the con to get. I don't fucking know, man. But I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is I didn't think Jersey was anything that different. Like even though it
Yeah.
was packed, like we heard there was a lot of people there. It was generally the same kind of thing.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't want to brag, but I did call the Jersey thing because like it being, oh, it's the most busy con. It has the highest in boxes, booster boxes coming through the door we've ever seen, and all this crazy stuff. And it's like you have to realize like whenever you're planning a con, it takes 5 seconds to look up on Google how many people live in a whatever you think is the best drive time or what people will come to. 15-minute radius of the convention address. Like, just look that up, and you'd easily see that New Jersey is like 3 to 4 times the amount of population as any other con. So it's like people are all surprised and everything. And it's like, no, obviously, like it's their first time doing this in Jersey, but it's obvious this one's going to be the most packed just based off of the
Like
demographics.
location.
Yeah, and it's like that's why Kansas City doesn't do well because you look at the population that they could like the total population they could even market to and even get the notification on their phones. It's the lowest amount out of all of them. So obviously there's gonna be the least amount of people there. It all comes down to math, dude. Everything comes back to math. We failed it in
Yep.
school, but now we're using it in our jobs. So now we have to focus on math. But
Fuck.
going off of that, I am vending locally for the first time in 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. Um, with Thrifty and Rock and a bunch of other people. So we'll see how that goes. The cost will be a lot lower, and I can bring a lot more stuff because I can drive to it. So we'll be updating everyone on how that goes.
All right, let's read the chat. Ernie says preparing for vending and recovering takes at least a week. Brad G says I do be tired as hell every collecticon, and Dan always trying to stay up till 7 a.m. like a zombie.
Hmm.
Max says I will never use math outside of school. That's fair.
Hmm.
Walrus says I'm all set on, and I quote, people are the best part of the hobby from pillars. The money is the best part. Yeah, somebody heard him. Somebody heard
Hmm.
him.
He's got some pillars nearby that are
Some
actively
pill.
hurting him for sure.
Yeah. Cheval says dummies are the best part of the hobby.
Thanks for being here, Chavals.
Cheval's, we love you, bro. All right, let's see. What local show are you vending, Jake? I live by you and watch your house from a distance.
um, it's just the Austin Card Show. It'll be downtown Austin at I think it's the Palmer Event Center, unless they change the venue. But that's August 10th and 11th. And Thrifty is coming into town, so we should all go eat Mexican food or something, enchiladas or with extra queso, and
Maybe
then go
some.
in the next day and have upset stomachs. But that's what it's about.
So it's about it. Um, but yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, hit us up in the chat. We're gonna continue on this list.
Hmm.
Um, Bob. Any triggers? Anything triggering you this week? Anything making you want to walk?
Something super triggered me this week, actually, and it involved the Silver Tempest Lugia Altart that I just listed on eBay. I listed it lowest list, maybe $5 over last solds. Um, and some joker hopped in my DMs and was like, "Hey, what's the best you can do on this for me?" And I was like, "Hold up. How am I going to do the best when I don't even know you? What, first off? And why does it have to be for you? Because I don't know you, second off." Um, so I replied back, "No, I'm keeping it at this because this is last sold's LMB." And he
Mm-hmm.
replies back, "I offer $250. Can you do that now?" And I was like, "No, I can't do that now because I don't know you.
Right.
But plus with eBay fees and everything, I'll be taking $150 L."
But mostly I don't
Um,
fucking know you.
mostly I do not know you. And I said
Yep.
basically the same thing again, LMB.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes back, all right, highest I'll go
Mm-hmm.
for you. Please do this for me. He didn't even say please. He says, do this for me, 315. And I was like, no, it sold yesterday for 350. Who am I to you? Am I your little boy? Am I your Sharon?
Yeah, little
Do I need to
slut.
get your coffee too?
Yep.
You wanna bid me over and
Hold
take
on, my
everything
boss
I
is
have
coming.
and you
Hold
don't
on.
oh yeah.
Hold on.
Everyone be quiet. Everyone real quiet.
Mute the stream. All right, we're good. We're good. Who's getting the vending machine? Look, bro, I know you're hot, and I don't mean to cut you off,
Mm,
but also I relate. There's so many jokers out here that just want the homie discount when, hey, big dog, I don't fucking know you.
mm-hmm.
Okay? And my homies, I'm not gonna say any name, Retro and Kai, when I just say, hey man, can I buy this? How much? You know what they tell me? Market.
Yep.
So so if my homies that we came up from the compost and turned into flowers with market, why am I gonna give some joker $100 discount when I don't fucking know you, big dirt?
And the
That's
problem
all.
is they start telling you to give them a discount. Like just totally being disrespectful. Hey, do this.
Hey,
And
you
it's like,
won't do it?
no.
Look,
My
bro.
my biggest trigger is when people tell me to do things and they're not paying me and they don't have my respect. What else
Correct. Okay.
what else
I,
do we have to say about that?
I got a question. We're on the same page. But my question is, what is a good homie discount? Because I've heard the argument that homies pay full price to homies because they don't want the homies to lose money, which I don't understand. But then also like homie price can't be like you don't make any money also, right? Because it's your
Right.
time is still worth something like or whatever. Now, what do you think? Like where are you at with the homie discount and like how does it work?
I mean, it goes down to your homie tier list. A lot of people like to make tier list of all tarts and all this other stuff, but when you get down to it, you should have your own homie tier list, and the homie tier list should be, I think, this is my personal opinion, cut out all the eBay fees. What is it listed for on eBay? What are you going to net? And then minus 5%. I think homies at the bottom tier, maybe 1%.
So if
It
it's a hundred
depends.
dollar
Are they
item,
are
if
they
it's a
real homies if they're at the bottom tier? That's the problem with the homie tier list.
like
Like
Shabals,
how much of a disc? Yeah.
okay, Shabals. He's like, yo,
Hmm.
Jake, I'm Shabals. I'm your day one. I held your little nuts while you were puking after the club or whatever. I
Hmm.
mean, your hair. You know what I mean? I want this $100 card. What's the price for Shabals?
Market, because he's F
Okay.
tier right now.
Oh yeah, true.
Um,
All right. Well.
no, I mean honestly, like it's hard too because all my homies resell. So like anything that I give a full gift to,
Mhm.
it's very possible to see it on their eBay not even a day later and on
Yeah.
auction. Um, so that's hard. Like if I know someone is PCing and I find like their ultimate grail and all this stuff, like I'm probably taking, if they're a true homie, probably 30% off. As long as I'm making still, a decent amount. But usually with that type of like super niche stuff, you get lucky and you're into it really low. You weren't really looking for it and you got in a collection and yada yada. Your cost base is really low, so you can work with people. But I mean, obviously minus eBay fees plus whatever percentage after that you feel comfortable with. Um, so that's kind of where I'm at with that. What about you? Like,
Okay. So let's say Weedle, the homie, is
mhm,
buying me out at a collecticon. Okay. I'm not
mhm,
really selling to Weedle. I'm selling to Weedle LLC,
mhm.
right? So that's not so that's more of a business thing, right? But if Weedle comes up to me and he goes, dude, I'm collecting Hoppips and you got the pop one Hoppip, pause. you know what I'm saying? And then it's different because it's like I know he's not gonna flip it. I know that's some homie dust, and I'm probably in for grading for because how the why else would I grade a hop it? You know what I'm saying? I didn't pay for that.
Hmm.
So it's different. Or like you, I know you like Hypno, right? So like for you, since that's one of your favorite cards ever, and you're my boy, I might not even make a profit on that card, right? Versus
Hmm.
if you, Jake Smith, Minty Mountain, was like, yo, I want to buy all your binders, then then the homie price will be like really way smaller because that's more of a business transaction. So I'd be like, yo, I want 80%, I'll do 75%. Versus
Hmm.
if it was your super grail and I'm in for grading, I might just even give it to you. It's like, dude, just give me what I paid for it. Maybe like let me make $20 on you or something. Like that's kind of how
Hmm.
I look at it. Like if it's some PC dust, I'm giving the homie a way better price. Versus like if Guido's buying me out, then it's like, dude, you're gonna make money on this. Let's just both make money. Let's figure it out. It's not really that deep. It's not like there's nothing to really think about. It's just what do you want to pay me? Okay, boom. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors. Like it would be harder, like for the Lugia Altar, for example, that's your favorite card. It's really hard to go off market because it's like I'm into that card for a decent amount just because raw is expensive. And then like cutting out all any type of profit just sucks for a card that will sell next day. Like it's hard to differentiate the
Right.
business away um, from that. But I'm pretty much on your side. Like it also depends. Like I mean, friendships are really valuable, and obviously give more value than your business is worth, in my opinion. If it's a true homie, one you don't talk about cards with all the time, one that's got your back for real, and all this, all the extra homie nuance.
But like for like okay,
But
let's
that's
say
not.
retro. Let's say retro. Let's say you grade a Dragon Ball Z Prism Pop Zero. Okay. And
Mhm.
retro's like, yo, I need that. I'm dusted. Like if market's 350 and retro tell you 250, you probably take it because you know it's like,
Yeah.
man, it's fucking retro. Like we're gonna work together. Like it's fine. Like just sell them that they like let them be happy type of thing. Like that's kind of thing. Like that's where I'm at with it. But maybe I'm exploitable.
There are arguments against that. I mean, you do work for me, and I see your reports every day, and you know, I do pay you the lowest amount in the office. I think Sharon makes more than you. Sorry to tell you that on live, but um,
That's cool. She
yeah.
deserve it. She has to deal with you every day. All right, let's read these
See,
comments.
exactly.
Here we go. Uh, let's see. Do, 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 do. Okay, Pokey Chef with a great comment. Do not let Thrifty pick the restaurants. She's been shadow banned.
I agree. I could have
I'm
told
not
you
gonna
that.
hold
I
you,
shadow banned her a long time ago.
bro. Remember that diner we went to that Thrifty picked? Oh my god, dude, bro. I was better off getting a public sub for every day of the week than hitting that diner. Shit was mid.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's keep going. Let's see. Brody, you have your question has too much nuance, so we're gonna go to that last. All right. Cheval says, so lowballing is allowed if we know each other? See, like lowballing, I just don't fuck with lowballing. Like, stop lowballing me,
Yeah.
dude. Like, it's about respect. Like, it's not even about the money. It's just like, bro. Or like when people, okay, here, okay. Oh, brother, I'm triggered.
Oh
When
no.
people send me screenshots of of the last comps, I'm like, good for you. Like, I know you don't think I know the comps. You don't think I know the comps. It's like you're wasting my time, bro. I already looked up the comps and priced appropriately. Why are you sending me screenshots? Next time I'm gonna send them a dick pic. When this if next time you send me a screenshot, you're gonna get a picture of my balls. Because
Yep.
I don't understand why you're doing that. It triggers me, dude.
Hmm.
It's like, yeah, but this one sold for 275. And it's like, okay, but mine is 350. Next, yawn. Like, I don't know. I don't get it, bro. I'm hot. Go ahead.
I mean, it is a disrespect. It's like it kind of goes into the etiquette thing. Like a lot of people in the space don't really know how to interact with people, and I don't mean they don't know how to interact with people because obviously they're talking with you, and there's a lot of people that can't talk with people. They're like either have some sort of condition or are like incredibly self-conscious or don't have the willingness to even be able to talk to people. But for the people that talk to people, there's another layer of respect that goes into, or like social awareness that goes into it. And whenever you send pictures of price comps to someone, that's basically you telling them that they don't know how to sell. They're just getting stuff in and throwing it up for whatever. And no business does that. Literally, there's not a single business that is successful and makes money that just prices stuff by rolling the die or like shaking the little ball. Should I price this at 350? Maybe. No, like people aren't doing that. So when you send anyone price comps, you're like, you're dumb. It should be priced for this. I should be running your business.
No,
Give
but
me the
also
car.
the price comp is always in their favor too, which is the funny part. Because you would
No,
think
yeah.
sometimes they'd be like, "Hey, this is too low. Look at the screenshots." But it's
Uh-huh.
always like, "Hey, here's the last cheapest auction for 3 months ago, and I want to lowball you on that number." It's like, bro,
Mm-hmm.
you're starting off wrong already. Like Ray said something that's true. Ray's like, bro, if I'm gonna lowball you on $1,000 slab, I'll probably just buy a $100 slab, maybe a couple boxes. Like just buy a couple boxes. Like show the guy that you got the money, that you're not a joker. And then after you spend two, three, 400 of shit that you can always flip in 5 minutes, just be like, hey man, when you take, I don't know, 850 for the $1,000, like that's a fair offer. But
Mm-hmm.
when dudes are like screenshotting you 475 and you got it listed for 800, it's like it just puts me off to even dealing with you. And also I'll say this, like since we're on this topic, if a person keeps hitting me up but they never buy, I'll stop being as polite to them, like with their requests. So if you hit me
Mm-hmm.
up the first time and you're like, hey man, I need 100 pictures and I need my balls licked, I'll be like, yep, right on it. But if you don't buy, the next time I'm not gonna take 100 pictures,
Yeah.
because it's like now you're kind of, because I a lot of people will waste your time and they just like every card you post, but it's like they're not buying. And it's like, bro, I'm running a business. Like I can't just lick everyone's balls. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to
Yeah.
think about my own balls.
You have to think of, I mean, as a business, your time is money. That is a proven equation by, I think, Albert Einstein, I think. And your time should be on a subscription basis. So like with any company, you get a free, subscription just to try it out, yada yada. After you've wasted 20, 30 minutes of a seller's time and you back out, you need to understand that your subscription is up. And the only way to get more time is to buy from the company, which is why I think Ray is so smart with that, because that sort of strategy works with me as a seller too. Like if I have a few people on Instagram that, easily bought a $50 card for me. Then they buy $100 card. And then they send me a list of 10 cards and they're like, hey, can you do 80% on this? Yes, I can do 80% on it. You already bought all these other cards for full price. Nobody else will get this 20% reduction, but because you're being cool about like everything, you're continually hitting me up, being nice, polite. If you have a bunch of cards that I have that you want, sure,
Yeah,
we'll
like
work
you
on a
wanna you
discount.
wanna
Why
help
not?
those you wanna help those buyers, honestly. Because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I'm over here, somebody hits me up and they say, I want to spend $1,700 in your store, and we make the deal, and that their PayPal comes through for 1,700. You're on the VIP list in my book, boy.
Oh
Now
yeah.
you get 100 low balls for the rest of eternity because you already dropped 1,700 confirmed, no joker shit, no 100 pictures, no take a picture with the newspaper. So it's like you're on the VIP. You feel me? So I actually just gave
Yeah.
a really good deal to a guy that always buys from me, where I probably took like a 200, 250 under market, but
Hmm.
I just love that that liquidity is instant. There's no issues. And it's just like, I'm going to continue grading stuff. He's going to continue buying stuff. I'm not trying to give him free slabs, but he made such a big purchase to where it was like, I was already going to make so much. And to make that premium customer happy or whatever, it's like, bro, just take it. Like, just take this one for free. You're good. It's
Hmm.
cash. It's a big ass number. We're going to take that. You get me? So,
Yeah.
and it's not just the money. Like, even if a dude buys a $20 card and pays me and I ship and he let's that's beautiful. You're premium. You're because you're not wasting my time. And I think that's the main point. And it's not like my time is so valuable, but it's like it's limited. It's limited.
Hmm.
So yeah. So lowballing ain't it, you know. Just make a strong offer and then
Well,
commit. Like I would never hit you up and be like, "Oh, I'm thinking of buying this," if I'm not really thinking of buying it. Like it's you're a business. That's like going to McDonald's and being like, I don't know. It's like, bro, get out the line. Like the fuck, we're trying to cook. So
yeah,
yeah, I don't know.
yeah, like getting a message of, oh, I need that, and then you're like, okay, well, it's this much. This
Here's
is
my
my
PayPal.
PayPal,
Yeah,
and then you just never hear back, and you're like, oh, so I just got lied to in my first interaction. That's cool. I guess they don't need that. But also lowballing is a strategy. Like I mean, businesses operate off of lowballing all the time, especially the larger you get. Like you have less need for getting instant inventory, so you can just start throwing out low balls left and right, and eventually someone who's got to fix their AC and their heater all at once is gonna be like, yeah, sure, fine, I'll take the 50% low ball. And it's like you can run a business like that, but like I'm not necessarily on board with that. Just being on the other side of things, trying to sell stuff and receiving offers like that when like I don't need the money. So when I don't need the money, it's honestly disrespectful and annoying to even receive the message from you with a low ball that low. Like when you go off the lowest auction and then you throw 70% of that at me, or even sit like I've had horrible low balls before, like unbelievable. Um, it's like, oh, so you want me to take an L even on the grading side of things? Like you want something that's 75 for $10? Like the fact I'm even having to listen about this and even talk about it on this podcast right now is fucking infuriating.
no, you're good.
It's
You're good.
like,
I think we killed the topic pretty hard, man. But it's
yeah,
good to vent a little bit, you know. But at the end of the day, like just be cool, man. Just be cool. We're not stupid. Sellers aren't stupid, and you're not smart. It's just market and just pay market. If you can afford the car, just pay
right.
market. If you can get a little discount, cool. But like if you need the discount to be able to afford that car, you probably shouldn't buy it. Like just like if a car's $3,000, I can't afford that. It's like, oh, will you do 2,100? It's like, dog, that's not market. Yeah. So it's like,
Yeah.
anyway. All right, let's hit up these comments real quick. Let's see. Uh, okay, this is dark, but let's answer the question that we skipped because I think he had an interesting question. So Brody says, should stamp promos printed in Australia, or I guess any country, right? Like individual to that country, be more expensive than the ones printed in the US market? He's assuming the US gets a larger print because reasons. Um, what do you think? You want to go? You want
I I generally think that's true. Like it goes back to population, and I think ever since Ernie and I were getting into it and like really big braining and nuancing around, there's just nuance all over the office. Like
all over?
um my biggest thing was back to the population data, and it's like my like I wasn't into Pokemon cards for the longest time. I never watched any Pokemon except when I was a kid. Never really played any of the games. Like I was thrown right into it just based off of my little childhood binder in 2020. And my biggest thing was like, how are these obviously way lower population Japanese cards going for so much less than English? And that was kept me flowing into like, wow, like a lot of this English stuff was actually made after Japanese, and it was printed way more just based off the population math. Like Wizards of the Coast had to supply a population of 300 million people, while Japan only has to supply 70 million. It's like factors of magnitude much larger. So all that going and saying, like, there is the demand factor where you're looking at, there's a lot of people that may not even care that it's a stamped promo only for Australia. Like you're really reaching when you're hoping that everyone thinks that they're going to think it's as cool as you think it is cool. And it goes the same thing with Japanese. Like there's tons of English promos and trophies that are way more expensive than Japanese promos and trophies, but there's a lot of people that don't think Japanese is as cool as English. So you're fighting against what the market is already telling you when you're trying to make an argument that a country specific card should be worth more than the English card. Because there's a reason why they're printing it so much more. Is because the demand is so much more, which means even branching off the people that are buying that English promo because they like it, they're telling their friends, and their friends are telling their friends, and maybe they eventually want to buy it. So there's just so many more people that like the English or US printed version of that, that will outpace, the smaller population Australian one for, who knows, maybe even till the end of days. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, I think what you're trying to say, Jake, is that you can't really big brain stuff like that. You
mhm,
got to kind of just see what people are liking, you know? Like there's so many times where we thought, "Oh, people are gonna love this." Like it's a Pichu on a skateboard, and then people are like, "Yon, that shit ain't it." And bro, there's a
mhm,
bunch of cool Chinese exclusive, and they're not printing. There's actually a lot of old vintage, like I can't think of an example, but for sure non-hollow stamped, stuff that isn't that popular. And so why would a new one be popular? And like, bro, if there's anything I know is people want the English. I don't know. It is what it
mhm.
like. People just want the English, and it's not even because it's better or whatever. It's just, I guess the United States has the spending power. That's what it comes down to. Like, if every other country in the world also wanted the English plus the United States, it's like the English is going crazy. That's a boom. But now that I guess only I don't know, man. It's hard to explain. I don't want to like put my foot in my mouth, but I just think that the market will tell you what they want instead of you making some like big brain like I don't know plan.
Yeah, and it go it always goes back to the numbers. English is the most spoken language across the entire world. So, and whenever you look at a card, it's all visual. Like you're obviously drawn to the art because it looks amazing, but at the end of the day, people like to be able to read what's on the card. Like there's no like it's just a barrier to entry, where it's like with English you can see and read it as well as see the art, and then with Japanese you just kind of have to guess around. Like, oh yeah, this is obviously a gold medal Pikachu, but I can't technically read what it is. So you see like markets like the China market, where they're actually kind of valuing historical things more. So they're kind of propping up like bigger, higher end Japanese cards, um, and like super niche stuff too. Like there are certain cards that just don't make sense what people pay for them, but it just makes sense because it's a low population and it's a 10. But it's stuff that I've sold before where there's not been a single English speaking person that's interested. Like I always get, an email or message on Instagram from someone in China or Singapore or some place like that. And they're getting even more niche into it because obviously the market doesn't care for it, but they're willing to pay, the high current price of it, no matter what. So, um, kind of losing where I was going there, but it
Yeah,
really
yeah,
just comes down to demand at the
yeah.
end of
It's
the day. It
demand.
doesn't really matter how much is printed.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. It could matter like if everybody wanted that. Like you're seeing that with the One Piece promos, like the limited, the numbered and stuff. Like if everyone ferociously wants it, then you will be correct, Brody. But the thing is, they're not gonna, and you can't predict that they will. Like, I guess the way you make money on it is like if the English one starts going crazy, and then you make a play and get 1,000 of it, that's a big gamble still. But maybe you, but it's just like, I don't know. I would just buy whatever's selling and flip that into the people that
Mhm.
want that instead of trying to big brain shit. But
And there's
that's a
also an
business.
interesting thing that comes through with that where, um, like the Evolution VMAX alt arts from Evolving Skies and EV Heroes. There's the Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon are all lottery promos in Japanese. So that's the
Hmm.
highest end of that art. And then you have, the EV Heroes, or no, not EV Heroes, the English promos in tens that are also pretty high, but they're, multiple magnitudes lower than the Japanese because the Japanese one is so exclusive. But then they started printing these in Indonesian and Thai and Chinese. And recently, like they just released the Vaporeon Jolteon, Flareon, VMAX Altarts, and Chinese from a special collection box, like just last week. So it's interesting to see how all of these values will change when the new Chinese ones will potentially be the cheapest ones on the market currently. How much of that market cash are those going to be taking away from the market from the next highest end and the next highest end? And like it's interesting for like me to watch like all of these different reprints technically, but they're different languages affecting the entire market. Because like what Max Wolf just said, he's like, as a collector, I'd consider buying Korean or Chinese alt arts for the binder. It's like at the end of the day, people like the art, and sometimes the Chinese and Korean look better than the English, and they're three
Mm.
times cheaper. So it's like if you're just trying to fill out an art binder, basically Max is being taken away from that English market as a buyer now that they're like a little too high, or he saw those back in the store for $40 and now he can't uh, justify spending $40 on a single card instead of the entire box. So it's funny and interesting to just watch out like how many times Japan and the US reprint stuff and how many versions and iterations like kind of bounce off and play with each other for market price. But
Okay, I got a topic. I'll just blow up my own play. It's not really a play, but are Japanese jungle and fossil packs too cheap? Like,
no,
I'm not saying it's plus EV, but I'm saying is it a good price to buy at like 160, 170 for jungle, maybe like around there, 180 for fossil? Japanese sealed pack. What do you think? Or are there any
yeah.
sealed packs that you think are undervalued or plus EV or whatever?
So I mean, I would make an argument that they're perfectly priced,
Okay.
and I
Jesus.
think
Okay.
it's kind of hard. It's a hard thing to answer though, because let's say you can get, I mean, I think they normally sell for 200 each. Like if you get
Yeah,
lucky and you
200.
find deals, you can get them for like 150 to 180.
Mm.
uh, Japanese and fossil and jungle Japanese packs. Um, I think relative to the entire market, I think that's a really cool collectible, and that it's undervalued in that way for how old it is. How you can't just like go out and find them. Like you'd always find them on eBay. But if enough people started going out and trying to find them, those prices would obviously go way up.
Mm.
Um, they have a hollow in every pack, and I don't know. It's just interesting trying to figure that out, because there's a lot of stuff that's priced 160 to 200 that I don't agree at all it being like that. But with the Japanese and fossil, or Japanese fossil and jungle, I keep just messing that up. Um, it honestly seems like a pretty fair price, because you're not really you're out of 16 hollows or however many are in those. You can only make money grading maybe 1 to 3 of those hollows, and they have to grade a 10.
Right. That's the thing. The
So
nines are just so dark.
yeah, because there's so many, like people are it's a
Yeah.
fun, like at that price point, it's a really fun pack to rip.
It's
Like you
also
get to
old back,
experience
dude.
all
It's
the
old back.
nostalgia. Yeah, it's old back. It's going to come OC. There's going to be print lines on the back. There's going to be all types of things wrong with it. So
Yeah.
um, your chances of getting a 10 are really low. So I don't think they're undervalued, just based on the absolute inability to get yourself out of that hole once you open it.
Got it.
Um,
Yeah. I think it's a pretty fun gamble though. Like back in the day, packs were all like 450, 500, 600. Like if you just want to gamble, you could rip $300 and try to pull the Lugia, or not the Lugia, but I guess in jungle you can get the Snorlax, you can get some of the evolutions, and then in fossil you can get the Dragonite. But it's, I mean,
the
like you said, the
Gengar,
problem is it's
yeah.
not gonna 10. It's the issue. That's why they're so cheap.
But also, I think the pro argument of that, of them being too cheap, is the opening experience. Like, you don't have to
But
worry
that's what I'm
about, like,
saying.
"Oh,
Yes.
have these been weighed? Are
Right.
they" like, the problem is the English ones are more expensive, and you have to deal with the whole weighing issue.
Hmm.
There's the nuance between first and unlimited. Like, it's always gonna be better to get a heavy, first edition, but the premium for that is also like, that's probably even worse to open than a Japanese pack. Um, and also, it's just fun knowing there's gonna be a holo in there every single time, and you can just always get a holo and have fun.
Exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
but they are booster boxes that come with 60 packs. And I haven't checked what those prices are on those booster boxes, but um, there definitely is a massive sealed premium from what I calculated. Like at 160, like the box would have to be like $9,500. Um, and I'm pretty sure they're above 10K. So buying sealed Japanese fossil and jungle right now purely, I think, is for collectors.
Hmm.
So you also kind of have that going for you, is like the current supply of the Japanese uh, fossil and jungle might just be what's out there. So you need pack prices to start increasing drastically for anyone to even feel like opening a box like that. So yeah, it's
Okay. I just
definitely
thought I'd bring
definitely
it
a lot
up,
of
get your thoughts on
nuance.
it.
Hopefully nobody's asleep at this point.
Nah, dude, I mean, to rip vintage like for 175 is, I don't know, it's not that bad. I mean, if you want to flex on your office friends, be like, yo, I'm Logan Paul of the office, dude. I got this vintage pack, fool, but they don't know it's 150.
Hmm.
So I don't know. You can pull a Scyther and nine it, sell it with CNG, get 25.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, super good.
okay, let's talk about these CT scans. You heard about this? Did you hear about this?
Yes, I'm. It's nearing a trigger point for me right
Okay,
now. How
so
much
let me
I've been
just
hearing
break it
about this.
down for anyone who doesn't know. Basically, some dude on YouTube with long hair, he bought a CT scanner, which is like an X-ray machine, and he X-rayed heavy, packs. He was able to see the hits and determine if he wanted to open the pack or keep it sealed. This is a huge business opportunity if you're a snake,
Hmm. A,
because you can
a
spend.
whale snake, because to really make something like this work, you're gonna have the capital for multiple booster boxes and weigh every single heavy out, scan every single heavy, and then open the ones where the heavies are actually plus EV. And then you just sell the rest of the heavies for the stupid prices they go for, and everyone's pulling bioplumes, and you're printing.
So basically, yeah, exactly. So exactly, or like I think PK ranted about it for a while, so I don't want to like repeat what he said, but it's like, bro, you can straight up just get modern packs and be like, oh, that's a Lugia Altark. The rest of the box, dude, you can buy a box for 50 and just pull out the hit of the box relentless and have 50
Hmm.
box hits. Like it's insane. Like we're talking about insane. It's a lot of work, but is it? I mean, you just put it in there. You know what the hit looks like.
Yeah, my understanding is it's not that easy. There's a lot of dialing in for each pack and adjustments that have to happen. So you'd have to like do the math, and like having an employee at your CT scanner for X amount of hours looking through Silver Tempest packs to find a Lugia. How many packs does he have to scan through to even find that hit one? And then is it worth even paying him his hourly to even pull it?
Yeah.
Um, so I feel like the main thing that's going to be the problem is with higher end vintage stuff, where it's like if you pull a Neo Lugia off out of a first edition Neo Genesis pack, obviously it's then worth the time um, to pay that employee and sell the rest of your heavy packs. Whereas like with modern Sword and Shield, it's like, yeah, maybe with Evolving Skies, but like Evolving Skies hit rate for the Umbreon is like 2,000 packs or something, and you got to scan at 2,000 packs. It's going to take so much time at the point like the market's going to drop to $800 and you were hoping for 1,200, and you finally pulled your OC Umbreon and you're not a
Yeah,
business
but I mean
anymore.
there's ways to
So
there's ways to make it work. I mean, How do you feel about it? Like, do you think it's a fair game, or do you think it's like scammy or scummy, or like what are your thoughts on it?
Mm, I think
Ethical, from an ethical perspective.
it's definitely not 100% truthful if you're
Hmm.
scanning vintage packs and selling heavies that don't have Gengars in them. Um, I mean, you could also, you know, turn it into a really cool business where maybe somebody has a bunch of graded packs that they picked up and they're like, hey, I want to know what's in here. Maybe they didn't weigh them. They're like old sir. Like, who knows? Like, I'd love to pay you to know what's inside my pack.
That's another one. Yeah,
I think
that's
that's
another one.
completely fine. Um, and also you could turn it into a business model. Like, what if you are really truthful with it? And it's like, here's a first ed shadowless base set pack, and it will only have the big three in it. So you have a 1 in 3 shot. So we're
Hmm.
selling this for 3x market or something crazy like that, where it's like a guaranteed super pack. I feel like there could be really cool things done with that. Like, this is a first ed fossil pack, and there's only Dragonite, Gengar, and maybe the worst card, like maybe you know,
A muck or
Hypno's
something. Yeah,
only,
like
yeah, a
gamified.
muck.
But if
Yeah,
you
you
can't beat them, if you
gamify it
can't
to
beat them,
where
join them, right? If you can't beat them, join them. Like you have to use
I
the
think that
technology,
I think as long as you're using it in a really truthful manner,
right?
there's still ways to make a lot of money with this technology and be very truthful about it. You just have to gamify it in a certain way, or you just allow. I mean, the problem with allowing a business that scans for other people is people are just going to use your business to scam other people.
Right.
Unless you only use it with like the most trusted people, where it's like they're truly innocent. They're like, I just really want to know if this heavy pack I've had for 10 years has a Gengar in it. Can you please tell me? I'll pay you the 30 or $50 or whatever it takes to scan it. Like, I'm sure there's tons of people like that who would love to own a sealed pack that they know there's a Gengar in it. Like, I feel like that's extra value. But the problem is when you get scummier people sending into that same service, like, yeah, I just really want to know what's in my 20 first ed fossil packs. And they find out they have 5 Gengars, and then now they have 15 fossil packs on the market. So definitely a lot
Yeah.
of moral and ethical gray area with that. But I think it could be used for good, but most likely in the first step it will be used for bad, as is a lot of things like the internet.
Okay, but I got a question for you. Okay, and I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm not gonna do this just because I don't like it. I don't like the limited information. I like to sell people exactly what I'm selling them. Like, yo, I'm selling you a bag. Do you want it or
Mm-hmm.
not? That's how I like to conduct business. But I will say though, like for example, the homies, they buy the boxes, right? They weigh the packs and then they sell the light packs and then they sell the heavy packs for a premium and then they usually do like a light art set, right?
Yep.
That's not much different from the point of view of the seller because the seller's still keeping his heavies and charging a premium. So it would literally just make the guaranteed heavy Gengar, let's say, right? The pack that you know has a Gengar would just have a higher premium. But it could never
Mm-hmm.
be more than the PSA 10. Like what I'm saying is exposing the hollow might actually drop the value of the pack. So the
Mm-hmm.
seller could say, damn, there's a Scyther in there. That's not the hit, but it's a heavy though. So now he can decide to give you the information that benefits him with the CT scanner. So he could say, these are heavy packs, and then he could say these are Dragonite packs or Gengar packs, and price accordingly. But my thought is that if the pack has a Gengar and the Gengar is $500 in a 10, I'm not paying more than $500 for a pack, meaning the information can actually hurt the seller versus the
Mm-hmm.
mystery of it's a heavy pack, experience, la la la, could actually work in their favor. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because like, why would you pay more than a PSA 10 Gengar for a pack just to get the commons? Like, no, you
Mm-hmm.
like just get the 10. So I don't know. I guess just food for thought. Like it could just make it so that they price accordingly depending what's in there. Or it could just make it so it's like, I don't want the Gengar that's in there. It might be OC. I'll just buy a
Yeah.
10. So
Yeah, I think all they can really see is like the picture, or like they're basically using the foil outline on that to be able to kind of see the shape of the Pokemon. So that's how you tell. If they could ever figure out like finding how OC it is and all that kind of stuff, because I feel like part of the mystery and fun of opening old packs is like you're not guaranteed a 10. Like you're not even guaranteed the best Pokemon. So like it's you're really chasing two things. You're chasing the Gengar and you're chasing a PSA 10 Gengar.
right,
Because then
right,
there's where the real money is made, or at least how you feel, how you did during the gamble is
right.
like, oh,
There's
I
no
did
God
super
packs.
well.
There's no God
Hmm.
packs in vintage. You get me? It is.
Yep.
It kind of just is what it is. Like if you're rare, if you look in a base set pack, first edition, and you see that the hit is Pokemon Breeder, that pack has to drop in value, bro. Like it's a
Hmm.
light pack, but it's not. It's even worse than a light pack actually, because now I know it's a super brick.
Yeah, yeah.
So that what I'm saying is the seller just wouldn't say anything. They would say that's a light pack, but they wouldn't say
Yep.
that's a Pokemon breeder. Like they're gonna find a way to get the most out of that information, is what I'm saying. Like,
Hmm.
so it's definitely shady when the seller and the buyer don't have complete information. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that we
Yeah.
opened the 151 box, pulled the box hit, and then sold the packs to the kid. The kid can't hit
Hmm.
nothing. Like
Yeah.
that feels scummy to me as a kid just getting cooked for the $10. Like that's not
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
get
It's
me?
not.
Like I don't know. That's kind of how I feel. But all right, all right. Let's see. Shug Nasty says, I work in the hospital. Send me the cards. I'll put them in the CT. Say less. Quilly says, yeah, Quilly has a good point. It has to be an AI that determines what's in there, right? Like a human doctor couldn't see what's in there. It would have to be like an AI that I guess makes you see it, right? Because I
Like
know,
you mean to do it on like a large business scale, like not having someone sit there and work at it for each
yeah, bro.
pack.
Like imagine you just put the pack on the machine, you hit the button. It takes like a minute to scan the pack, and then it gives you like the different potential, like whatever. I don't know, like this deep we found
Yeah.
this deep, quarter inch we found this. Or I don't know how it actually works. You guys could clearly tell, but um, I mean that's pretty much all I got on that, bro. That's pretty much all I got. But yeah, it was definitely an interesting thing that happened recently. Like the fact that we can see inside packs is kind of a game changer. I don't know.
Hmm.
Let's
Definitely
see.
a lot of food for thought.
Mason says this is fantastic. Thank you, Mason. If you want to come on, all you need is a suit.
Yep. New requirement. We're at work.
No suit, no business. All right. Um, dude, that's honestly, I mean, I can't. I'm struggling to think of something. Should we become live streamers?
Well,
Are we doing it wrong? Do we quit our jobs and just go work for Whatnot, the greatest company on planet Earth?
no. If you do, I'm gonna have to file a complaint with HR.
Hmm.
Get you back in here. We can't lose any more employees.
Yeah, Ernie's trying to start a
Um,
revolution at the office. He's got to go.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. He's not doing well for us. I mean, it might just be the best way, dude. I mean, what? All you got to yell at a camera is like, "Oh, evolution, evolution, only $5. Keep bidding it up." You just do that for 3 hours a day or something, and you're printing. Or I have it too simplified because everybody I see, they're just yelling at the camera. Like it's not really even that entertaining. There's obviously like super big platforms that are entertaining, but um,
you know what it
there's a
is?
lot of people in the mix. Yeah.
You know what it is? That one of my favorite things about this job is that I don't have to be fake ever. Not saying I was
Hmm.
fake at other jobs, but like for example, my first job, I was a server at like a restaurant. If you're having a bad day, you can't like really show that to the customer because it's like a family trying to have breakfast. You can't just be like, "Ha!" You have to put on a mask a little bit,
Yeah.
right? I don't think I like cards enough to be a whatnot streamer because I just wouldn't be hyped. Like when I see Ray auctioning off a Unagabo Pikachu, I don't care. So I'm not gonna cap. I'm not gonna be like, yo, guys, one of the greatest things is Unigaba Pikachu. It's like I literally think it's mid. But you can't be
Mhm.
the I think it's mid streamer. You
I
see,
mean, you
like
could
it's
be,
like,
maybe. Like everyone's always being hyped. Would it
but
actually
like
be funny if someone said like, "Oh, you just bricked and that sucks"? Like you're not entertaining the chat right now with those types of polls. Like you just kind
I
of
don't
razz people.
I don't think people want to get cooked when they break and lose their money though, man. I don't. I
Yeah,
think like
true.
there's definitely a formula to it because like the people that go to the streams, they chill there. They
Yeah,
sit, they might like a person, let's say a person spends an hour on your stream, but they buy a couple of things in the first 15 minutes and a couple of things in the last 15 minutes, right? Like that's you want that person there, right? Because they're adding to your number. There's a higher number of people there. He's consistently watching and he's spending money. Like that's optimal. He might not be a whale that's like buying everything and winning every auction, but I'm not sure that's great either because then the other people can't compete. Like if Jim in Pokemon jumps on your whatnot and he just wants everything, and the other 30 people are like, well, he's gonna win. That's Gem in Pokemon,
yeah.
dude. He's gonna win. Um, so I don't know. I guess you don't want to be a downer. Also, like people are there to hang out. So nobody wants to hang out with a dude that's like bitter and like, I hate this.
Well,
Like, I
I'm
don't know.
not
You
even
kind of
really
have to
like
wear a
talking about
mask a
it
little bit.
being. I'm not talking about it being bitter though. I guess I'm talking more about like if we were to be truly ourselves and for it to work, you'd obviously need people in there that you know over time. So like if I've got Swami in there or your average player or something, they're buying 151 packs and they keep bricking. I'm not going to be able to not make fun of them. Like obviously it's good they're buying from me, but I can't help calling them for what it is. Does that make sense? Like I'm not trying to be a downer or be a dick.
No, it is
Like
what it
obviously
is. It
I
is what it
appreciate
is.
their purchases,
Hmm.
but I have to throw in, a friendly punch to try to get people to laugh. That's just how I am. Like I have to that would be part of the entertainment. And I think you're also overthinking like not being excited for hits or something. Like I maybe it's easier to be excited when you're ripping stuff and they hit something. Like literally anything is exciting to hit in Pokemon nowadays because you have to rip so many packs to even get a hit. Um, but yeah, I guess you're more talking about just like one card at a time. Like here's a Unigaba this, here's a Unigaba that. It's gonna be hard for you to be able to hype that up as like a worthwhile card.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it. I think like, and sometimes we've had podcasts where people randomly are like, let's say Dan went live and then Kai, because he wants to gamble, he's like, rip me 2 boxes. It really ruins the conversation completely because now it's like a 30-minute break of dudes breaking 151. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
do like it, like opening packs. I don't know. Like that's like for the collecticon or for like on your birthday or something. But like, even if I was just auctioning singles, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
had cool cards, like let's say I had like vintage grails or whatever. I guess that would be more exciting. But then again, it's like I don't collect this. It's not gradable. So like
Mm-hmm.
I just would feel fake being like, you already know it's the hit of the set, the original Moonbreon. It's like, do I give a fuck? Not really, because it's damaged. Like, so I
Yeah.
guess this whole thing like is coming off negative. I'm just giving you guys my thoughts of like why I don't think I have the temperament, or maybe I have the personality, but I just don't think I have the temperament to do that for hours and hours and wear that mask and be that host. When like I kind of like the anonymity of my current business model. I kind of like that I'm in pajamas most of the day and I don't have to talk to people or put on a mask or wear a suit. LOL. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Well, you're wearing a suit, so look who's stupid now.
yeah, well,
Um, I don't know, dude. I think personally you're overthinking it. I think it really is like you have to treat it like it's a card in your store and I think there like for at least for you and me, we like everything in our store. Like we're not big enough to be like spending on every single thing and have Twilight Masquerade ETBs available and like other stuff that like we technically don't like. Like I feel like a little bit of everything we spend on is something that we don't mind at least. Like maybe we're not, it's not the card for us personally, but also we know people think it's cool. So maybe you like where the key comes in is being truthful about how other people feel about the card. And that way you're not it's not about giving your own personal thoughts on every card because at that point you'd be downshilling your auctions. Like you just have to speak for the market basically. And that's all people are doing is like, oh, it's a Unigaba Pikachu. It's the first Unigaba. It's really awesome card. Like the art's not really for me, but tons of people love it. Bid now. Um, that way you can be truthful about it. Like obviously you're not going to be super excited selling cards for 3 hours straight, but live streaming is work. People don't think it's work, but
No, it's work.
I
It's
mean
work.
the reason why we're not doing it is because we have other jobs. Obviously, like I run
Yeah.
this whole office, and you're working on the analytics to for our next business deal. So
Yeah.
that's the main hang up is at least the reason why I haven't gotten into it yet. It's like it just seems like a
It's
lot
just
of
the
work.
time. You just think it's
Um,
a time drain, time consuming.
it's not necessarily like a drain because you're making money. Um, it's just I think it's a bigger mental barrier than I've like currently thought. Because like I'm looking at it and it's like, why haven't we started live streaming? Obviously, there's some sort of barrier or hurdle keeping us from doing it, and that's potentially being on camera for 3 to 5 hours straight, selling every single card that you have in your bin.
Right.
It's
Also,
not a very fun concept, you know.
I also don't think I buy correctly. If I was gonna stream, like I should buy differently, right? I should buy like bigger lots and assorted, buy like a bunch of stuff rather than the little niche little corners that I'd normally try to grade. It's like buying to grade versus buying to churn. I'm not even sure I know how to buy correctly to be a live streamer. And then whenever I talk to
Hmm.
Weedy and all these other dudes, they constantly ferociously looking for inventory, which makes me want to do it because that means they're selling their inventory. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So, but that's why they're buying dudes out at the con because they're like, what I can get for 70%, I could turn into 100% tonight, like literally in my bedroom tonight. So I
Yeah.
get it. I get it. And I see the opportunity there. And like you said, I think a lot of it is the time. Like, do I want to put 2, 3 hours a day, multiple times a week? And do I want to change my buying habits to fit that new business model? And like, does putting all that time make me significantly more money than what I'm doing now? The answer is probably yes, because just volume. But
Hmm.
yeah.
I mean, I mean, with content creation, I think it's always good to think outside the box. Like go, so it's good to go down the beaten path if it's a proven equation, a proven thing that gets views, et cetera, et cetera. But I think there's something to say about someone who goes against the grain and becomes popular because of that too. Like Swami's bringing up he forgot he could scream about a modern Pokemon pull, but Orlando reminded him when you pulled the Chari out of that pack, and we kept pulling hits and hits, and everyone was going crazy about it over $5 to $15 hits, except for the Chari. Like I thought it was funny how we were opening it because we're like, we're obviously getting nothing out of this. So you've got your pack on screen, you're going nothing, 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 nothing. Oh my God. Like the fact that you actually hit something was even more funny than if you were going slowly and reading every Pokemon off. So there's something different about that it'd be interesting to see if people would actually spend money for that type of pack opening over, a PokeRev or super normal proven way to make money type of opening. Like I can't watch live streams like unless I'm there
Same
to
here.
like support a homie or like maybe buy something or I know something they have. Like I can't sit through hours and hours of people ripping packs. Like I used to be able to, but I can't anymore. But if someone was just razzing people for bricking and going super crazy when they actually pull something and like being funny with the cards that are worthless, etc. Like I would probably be able to watch that over someone going Poliwrath, Poliwag,
Right,
Hypno,
yeah, no, that's
and we
yeah,
didn't
dude.
get anything. All right, next pack. Thanks for buying. All right, we got a Bellsprout. We got a
Yeah.
Volt. Like, dude,
Yeah, but it's
it's
not
the
for
worst
you.
type of content.
No, but that's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, also, it's not for you, right? It's for the casual person. It's for the dude that's just getting into Pokemon that doesn't even remember the names too. Like, that's also why they're overpaying. Like, it's all connected to that. So when you first got in the hobby, you watched PokeRev, like the first couple of weeks, because you wanted to see what stuff looked like. And once you found out about like websites that show you the entire set list, then you didn't need PokeRev because you could go figure it out yourself or whatever. But people are casuals. Like, you understand? Like, they're casuals.
Yeah, but also there's probably millions of people where, excuse me, where at work, but butt play wasn't for them until they realized it was for them. So
Mm,
like I'm saying our streaming could be like that for the casuals where wait, he just made fun of me for pulling nothing and I just paid him. Why do I kind of like this? Why like it feels so different that you like it is what I'm trying to say. Like that is a potential theory that has been yet to be proven because everyone wants the money so much and they want the returning customers that what if there's a streamer out there that couldn't give two craps about what you're pulling. Of course, they're hyping you up for when you pull something good, but what if they're making fun of you for doing badly?
yeah.
Like it could go horribly wrong, is what I'm saying. It's just a theory, but I feel like I would enjoy that type of content being someone who's more in the space than just having some guy call out Vulpix and Bellsprout and oh I didn't hit anything or oh I hit the Char EX. He's super happy for me because I just spent $50 for with him.
Well, I kind of
Like
think
it's all fake. It all feels fake, and I guess the casuals can't tap into how fake it is. A lot of these streams. I'm not saying all these streams are fake. I'm saying
no,
some
I
of
think
them just feel overly fake to where it's like I can't even watch it.
right. There's just bad streamers too that come across fake, you know. But I do think that we kind of came full circle because what I just realized is that the more knowledge you get and the more info you get, then you become a low baller and a deal hunter like us. I'm not saying we're low ballers, but we are trying to get the best, absolute best value, right? So when you're a casual, you're not so interested in value because you're still more like excited to see all the cards and make impulse buys because you think that's the last Moonbreon you're ever gonna see, not realizing literally you can buy these all day, every day for the next 100 years and not run out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the casuals, they're desperate, and the people that have more knowledge, they're lowballing. There's the two spectrums. It's like the people that know what's up, they even feel like maybe buying is wrong, but they're like, oh, if I could get it at a good deal. And then that kind of ties in into like sellers selling to sellers, right? Like which we're talking about where I sell a lot to other sellers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a lot of it is hot potato, bro. We're playing hot potato with widgets out here.
Yeah.
But when you sell to the casuals, it doesn't feel like hot potato because it just gets evaporated. It goes into a binder. It's a piece of shit anyway, so it doesn't matter. Like it's like a different,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Because if I had, let's say I had a whatnot day where I only run PSA 10 slabs,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna print because the casuals aren't
Yeah.
buying that. It's gonna be you on retro in the chat catching licks. You
Yeah.
get me? It's because you guys are informed. It doesn't make sense for me to sell to you. It's the thing, and everybody wants to ignore that. Like you're printing because you're selling to casuals. The same way when you go to the con, you can upcharge people and you can do whatever. Like it's because they don't know any better, right? Like this whole thing is built on information, and that's why I think you just got to be transparent. And I agree with you, Retro. He's like you just got to sell people what you have and not convince them, right? Or like try to persuade them, right? If I'm running a hot dog stand, I'm not like, oh, you should get this hot dog. It's a little more plump. Like I'm just selling hot dogs, dude. I get that. But that's what I mean by wearing a mask. Because if I was just being myself, not as a business, I would say, hey, you probably shouldn't buy that. So the fact that I'm supposed to be like, oh, good job, you bought that, is fake to me. To me. But will I be a live streamer? Probably. The way this shit is heading, bro. I'll see you guys on Whatnot in a couple weeks, most likely, with Jake Smith dressed in a banana outfit.
Yeah. Do you want to get even darker?
No, I'm okay. I want to go eat.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
fine. What is it?
Also, to my theory of, you know, not being rude, but making funny sly jokes about people ripping bricks, etc. I feel like there's a lot of people in this space, especially that are, they're using 2, 3 hours of their time a day on Whatnot, ripping relentless, trying to find any type of community that will cheer them up or cheer them on when they hit the Chari EX, or, you know, I feel like a lot of these people are actually really lonely, and there would be something to having, like, I feel like a streamer that is razzing you and making fun of your hits is being more of a friend to you than someone being like, "Oh my god, you pulled a non-hollow Vileplume, but good job, like, better luck next time. Thanks for coming through," all this sort of thing. Like, and maybe there is a thing where it's like they just want to be like happily accepted and everything they do is right, but that's like not reality, and it feels fake in general, at least to me. So, I mean, obviously we'll have to try live streaming, but I don't think I or you will be very good traditional live streamers,
Yeah.
because at that point we're going to feel like we're at work, we're going to be tapped out, and no one's going to enjoy the stream. But if we're making fun of each other the whole time, if we're making fun of the people that are buying from us for bricking, if we're having fun with them when they pull good hits or buy a card for an actual good deal, like, there's more truth to that. And I feel like people will be able to read that and they would come to that over their typical, "Oh, good job, buddy. Thanks for coming through and spending another 50 with me. You didn't pull anything this time, but better luck next time. I can't wait to see you again." When in reality, they don't give a fuck who is, XX Chari Polar 42. Like, they don't care about you. So, um,
Yeah, so I think this is a perfect segue for us to take a little break.
yeah,
Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna try to play you guys a video here. Please hold. Um, some technical difficulties as usual, but I'm gonna play you guys a video of a little stream that took place a couple days ago, where the streamer scammed me. So Jake
hmm,
Smith, get your little coffee, take a little break, chat. We'll be back. We'll be back after this brief video. Here we go. Hope you guys enjoy.
there's no sound, bucko.
Okay, great, perfect. I kind of just want to remove Jake.
You gonna remove me, dude?
But how come there's no sound? I'm confused. Hmm.
It's what we call a user difficulty.
Oh, dark. Well, I'm hot.
Click on audio button.
No, they're supposed to be. I think I'm
Oh,
just not sharing right. Let me see. Let's see. Share screen. Share tab audio. Oh, I think I see what it is. Oh yeah, dark. So I can't share you guys. Save that for another video, I guess. Because I have to be on the same tab, like on the same user. So dark. But
what did we? Was that Weedle opening packs for you?
here, let me try to get it. You want to read the chat while I try to get this right? Yeah,
Yeah,
you
they're
gotta.
asking me to do a voiceover of it instead of the audio.
Yikes. Okay, no, I think this should work. I'll figure it out. I just was on the wrong user. So let's see. Read the chat, man. Read the chat. Kill a little time. Let's see. What are people saying?
Retro says, let's open a McDonald's franchise and talk down to all of our customers for not buying Wagyu beef instead. Parentheses, stupid casuals.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's the plan. Is oh, you're only buying 151 packs? I have these first edition fossils, you freaking broke boy. Why do you even
Mm-hmm.
show up to the stream, loser? Yeah, I think that's definitely what I think will be successful.
I wouldn't find that enjoyable as a user, you know?
I'm not talking about that, dude. I'm talking about making it light and funny, not
Oh yeah.
completely shitting on them. Obviously, that wouldn't work. If it's like mean, if you're being mean to people, that hardly ever works unless you're in a certain industry of people who like that sort of thing. Um,
All right. Let's see. We're gonna try this again. Hopefully it works this time. Do we have audio? Are we live?
This feels like a quad chance.
There we go. All right.
We're
See y'all in
lit.
10
there we
minutes. All
go.
right, we're lit, folks.
Yes, that is. That is where this originates from.
This feels
Alright.
like quad chance. He needs his cards open.
Okay, listen to me, folks. We are here to satisfy one of my hobby dreams, which is to get Squeaks to rip me packs that made him break his case premium. We did it after 4.5 years of begging. The man is ripping the 8 packs, and I didn't even know it's English. English.
Brass.
Of course, we have star-studded cast here. We got Thrifty, and we got the Hummy Weedy collectibles. Now, okay, go ahead, Squeaks. Do your thing. Now, I'm gonna give 1 pack to Thrift.
Oh, whoa.
Thrift,
whoa.
you can pick. You can pick
All
a pack.
right. I'm gonna pick the top row,
Mm-hmm.
uh, third pack.
Third from. Okay. Yeah.
Yep, that's it. That's sir.
All right. Let's do it. Let's do it, Thrift.
The Thrifties pack. Now, Ernie.
Okay, dude. I don't care. Let's do it.
No.
Let's.
I need you
Oh,
to order the pack.
Where's the
The,
hit?
the order you want. So you need to pick the pack you want opened. You're gonna go backwards. So the last pack
Alright,
you'll pick is the
so-
first one we open.
Okay. So first of all, before you do that, I want you to take one of the top packs, and I want you to give that to Weedy. So I'm gonna need you to put that to the side. The
Weedy,
one
which
in
one do
the.
you want?
Weedle's too lucky, bro.
Top
Weedy, if you
row,
hit.
pack number 2.
Yes, that's the one I thought too. Okay, Weedy, if you hit the Chari, I swear to God, bro.
I swear to God.
Okay, Squeaks, you just go for it, bro. Just go for it. Let's go. Pure carnage. I want to lose money. I want to
Bro,
support your business as a business.
As
order
a bit-
them. Order them.
Baby, from okay, so let's go top left and then bottom left and then top left, top left, bottom left. Yes. Yes.
Yo, I'll give you 5 if there's a hit in this first pack.
Dude,
Alright.
listen to me. Get your
You
penny
want to do
sleeves,
your
dude. I'm
friend's
feeling
pack
lucky.
first or your pack first?
No, let's do my packs first. So for Max Payne.
Let's start like betting on if there's gonna be hits in the pack though. That'd be
Yo,
more.
take it easy with the merch, with the merchandise, brother. Okay, damn. Okay.
It
Wait, so green means no hit, right?
doesn't. I don't even know, dude.
Let's go. Let's cook right here. Chari right here. No waiting, dude.
Let's go. Okay.
Uh-huh. What a beautiful set.
Wow.
Wow. I'm gonna hold you. This camera quality though.
Fire.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Give me something. Something. Ugh.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's go. There's gotta be at least $3.
Yeah.
It's gotta be. No?
No.
Okay. Well, all right.
But
Damn. I got scammed. Now resealed packs got switched. Oh, okay.
Doll hair.
That was rough. That was rough, Squeaker. I'm not gonna hold you. But
Okay. It's alright. We
You
got
know a
this.
fun fact?
what's up?
Eh.
These are the first 151 packs, English or Japanese, I've ever opened.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
no way. Let's go, dude. This is lit. All right, look at that. Look at that art.
Wow. Relatable.
Yeah, seriously. Seriously relatable. Watering. Yep. Gen 1 best gen, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to sleeve and card saver everything. Thank you. The double hits, dude. Come on. Yeah.
Oof.
Ugh. Black label? Rip, dude. So
Yeah.
Thrift, why don't I learn? Is my question. Let me ask you that.
It's a great question. You've gotten pretty good hits, I feel like. So I feel like you haven't been hurt that
It's the
bad.
greatest set of my life. How can I
Yeah.
not? How can I not?
Didn't you pull a Charizard already out of it? Like not this specific.
Yeah, I think so. All right, let's see. Squeaks, come on.
I can
Squeaks,
feel
why'd you give me these packs so cheap, dude? What happened? They got wet?
they were lying around.
Okay.
They were
yeah.
just leftovers.
Hmm.
Thank God for leftovers. Yes.
You hit the CT scan on them. I got you.
Oh,
Boom. Mine
oh,
four. That's at least
five.
40.
That's at
That's
least
at
5.
least 40.
Oh,
5?
yeah, at least 5.
Okay. All right.
Breaking
Boom.
even on packs. Let's
We're
go.
winning. We're winning. We're winning.
Oh shit.
Yo, Squeaks, that's a nice play map, big there.
Mm-hmm.
We got a hit.
Hit alert! Hit alert!
Dude, Jesus, we need more of that soundboard. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. After this pack, we're gonna rip homie pack, then my pack, then homie pack, then brutal last pack.
Yep.
Like, you don't have to keep zooming now, dude. I trust you, kind of. All right, here we go.
I like zooming out.
Ooh, that's nice.
This is me when Nesty agrees to buy.
Yeah, okay. Enjoy it. Enjoy, dude. When I hit this Chari, we're gonna see what's what. Here we go.
This
Clap.
is Nesty when he gets no hits in the
Okay. It only takes one big. Ooh.
Aw.
That is
Do
cool.
we grade that? Do we grade that?
Mm.
Leave that, please. Put that in the hits. Thank you. Throw that away. Thank you. Yo, I needed that.
This is Nesty when he's looking for his hits. Where are they?
Like, what's there
Okay.
none?
That looks like me holding up a pepperoni pizza, bro.
That's...
Well, that was brutal.
Scared.
Should
All
we
right,
go
which homie
thrift?
pack? Which homie pack? Thrift
feel like-
or weeds?
Weedy's lucky, dude. Let's do Weedy later because he's just gonna win.
He's just gonna hit it. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's do thrift. Thrift, I'm praying for you.
I'm gonna break. It's fine.
All right. Here we go.
I'll just take like the Alakazam. Like I'll take the Altar Alakazam. That's like I don't even want the Chari, dude.
I want the Chari. Oh,
I'll let you have that in your packs, dude. It's fine.
these resealed squeaks packs, dude. I should have known better.
Mhm.
All right, let's go.
Mm,
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Mhm.
Ooh. Entry. He
Come
goes so
on.
fast. Oh,
Grail.
I'm going
You
broke so
already
quickly.
Grail did. Oops.
Come on. EX me.
Jeez. Come on. Oof.
Hey, that's not. I mean,
I mean, I like that Flareon, but
that's not bad.
Thanks.
For real, dude. Rip.
Soundboard.
That was perfect. Okay, fine. All right. So let's do Nesty Pack.
all
My
right.
fort, guys. This is it, bro. This the one right here. Just for anyone that will watch this in posterity, we have to get $48 back. So far, we're at like 7.
We're not
And
there.
we got 2 packs. Let's
Heaven's
work.
generous. So
7, maybe. Come on. Just give me the Venusaur, dude. I'm not even greedy. Oh,
oh,
oh, it's not a hollow, dude. Dark. I'm still gonna grade it. Sleep. Okay, yeah. It's a brick. I can already feel it. Oh, that's cool.
Angry
Break
Nest.
me. Break me. What the hell is that?
You can
How is
read
that
it.
even in that slot?
You can read it,
Hey,
dude.
yo.
For once we can read it, dude.
Shit, why does the Marowak hurt so hard? Why does it hurt? Ah, that's the
why did that one
yo.
hurt harder than all of the other ones?
Yeah, yeah. Like the Marowak Hollow hurt at $6, dude. Ugh. Fuck me, dude. Okay. Do we
All right,
go?
this is Weedy. Here we go. Is
Let's
Weedy
go.
gonna upset your night and get your big hit?
Come on. Come on. Ah, it's
Let's
okay. If
go.
Weedy hits it, he deserves it. You know.
He has the best jawline in this
All he
chat.
does is, yeah. Let's
You already
go.
hit a full art gold, right?
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
Let's go, Weedy. That's the attitude. Okay, yeah. Damn, he's getting all the hits. Can you
not
slow down?
SIR. Let's go.
come out.
Dude, this dude's just trying to print.
Yeah, that.
That's beautiful. You could keep that for your binder squeaks.
Thanks.
Okay. Oh man, please, please, no Chari, please. Yes.
Oh.
Yes, he's like praying for us.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
This
That
guy.
means break.
I gave him a
Yes.
tag, but fuck this guy.
All right, come on, Squeaks. You can do it, Big Dog.
Yo,
Squeaks. Whatever to this tag, Squeaks. I want you to have the last pack, Squeaks. That's how confident I am that it's a brick.
you want me to have this? I get to keep this.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I have never
First
wanted
king.
a Charizard more in my life than this moment right here.
Please, please, break God, if you're up there. Please, no
I-
Charizard.
Please, for the love of God, give me a miscut Mew Charial. All right.
Oh,
Mm,
yep,
no.
old Amber. Yep, keep it there. Keep it there.
Keep it low,
Yep,
dealer.
Shelter,
Keep it
There,
Shelter, keep
just
it
where I
low.
want it.
Keep it low.
low, dealer.
Dealer, keep it low. Oh, yep.
Deuce.
Gloom him. Gloom. Yep.
Dude.
Oh, he's done for. He's done for.
Oh, that's. Oh,
Oh, let's go.
he
What
made
the
his money. Oh,
fuck?
The
fucking
most
God.
value of the whole box.
Is this real?
I quit the hobby, dude. Fuck this.
Oh, it can't be. No.
That's like you just made $10, bro. You're printing
Weeks is printing, dude.
another tenner on top of whatever Ernie paid you. Yeah, bro.
Okay, so I'm down 45. Squeaks is up 70. It's lit.
All
I
right.
love it here.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the deal.
All right,
Here's
thanks,
the
man.
deal.
What? What is it? What are you doing?
We'll give you a consolation chance.
Okay.
Just extra
Revolve his
pack?
guys back? Revolve his guys?
Oh no.
Oh, yup. We will
Oof.
take that. We will take that. 'Cause
Will
are-
we?
You need
Yeah, hit. What do we need?
essentially a Marnie. Is what
It's-
you're looking for here.
Marnie or Buzz?
Well, thank you for that, Squeaks. We appreciate that. All right, let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. English.
This is Nesty trying to calculate his new balance tomorrow.
For real. My PayPal is hurting, dude.
This is Nesty in the winter going to Mr. D's. I will get there.
Steal the cards, dealer. Okay, here we go. I see black. I see something. I see something.
The
man.
code card.
Thrift.
Ooh.
No, no.
Oh well.
Oh, not the energies, dude.
Harada.
Oh, super rip. Oh wait, is the hit now? Wait, is this the hit?
No.
It's
We're done. We're done. You're done.
oh, no, no. Well, for more
That's
video
been
footage,
another episode of Nestables Collectibles Bricks.
Well, for another video on my road to $1 million. Today we went back 48, but maybe tomorrow we'll go ahead 48.
We went back 48 steps to freedom. But thank you everybody for watching. Sweet
I am now
Casino.
48 steps further back to financial freedom, but
Dubai is not
I had a
imminent
good
yet.
time.
It's okay.
Mm.
Hey, at least we had a good time.
Hey, we have all went back 48 steps to financial freedom at one time or another.
Okay, whoa, buddy.
Okay, we're done.
Well, chat, that was a master class in what not to do in the Pokemon hobby. Um, claps in the chat for Ernie. He did such a good job. Um, Ernie, I didn't tell you you were done with work. Where did your suit go? Oh, you're muted. Sir, you're muted.
Yeah, I knew that. Here's the thing. I'm done with work. I clocked out at 6:30. But the thing is, I also live here. I live here. I got the keys to the utilities closet. So as you can see, I'm getting nice and comfy so I can watch my Netflix and order some Mr. D's. But don't tell the boss. So
I'll be sure not to let him know.
don't let him know.
So did you
what?
learn anything
About what?
about ripping that you should share with the class?
I had a good time, bro. I like chilling with the homies and ripping and breaking my little life away. But I really don't do it often. And so yeah, I just like seldomly be ripping shit. Plus, I like getting Thrifty hyped up like she's gonna hit a Chari. It's funny.
True, that is really fun. Yeah, how was your pee break? Everything go well?
Everything went down smooth. I got a little bit of food. I'm ready to go. If we have some questions, or we can just end it. I don't know, but let's end it.
Should we just end it?
All right, hold on. Let's read the chat and then let's end it. Chuck Nasty says, this reminds me of one of those high stakes online blackjack sites with a real person dealing you the cards. Bro, honestly, like hit up Squeaks for private rippings. Pause. Like hit him up. He told me for a premium, he's willing to rip you any pack. The higher end, the better. But oh, we caught a stray. Mr. Walrus says it's a show to stream. Some people just don't have it in them to go that long.
Yep. Good stray. Good stray. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, good stray.
Some people just can't keep their pee in long enough to provide 2 hours of entertainment nonstop.
I'm happy so far, bro. I'm happy right now. I actually just finished doing auctions. I wanted to talk to you about that if you want to talk about auctions for a little bit. Like here's what I think. I wasn't smart enough to put this together myself. I just kind of realized it as I bumped my head into the wall. But I think that when you have like a Instagram story sales for the first week and then you have the auctions the second week, I think that'll help your story sales. Because also people know this train is leaving the station. I am gonna sell this. Right?
Yeah.
Where I used to think people would be like, oh, I'll just wait for the auction. But I think it's the opposite. I think people like, for example, there was a dude that wanted to buy this card from me. He didn't buy it. I couldn't wait, whatever. So I auctioned it. And he hit me up with the crying faces today. He's like, bro, I should have just bought it off of you for the 40 you wanted. Now I missed the auction and the auction went for 45. So he like it kind of made him see we were talking about the lottery Blastoise that I sold one on eBay for way more than I was asking on IG. And the person that wanted it on IG was like, damn, I slept. you wanted 525, dude. It sold for more than that. I should have
Yep.
just hit you up. So I think in a way the auctions kind of make the people see that you're selling and that it will be gone versus like when you just post the same shit all the time, people are like, I this shit ain't moving and I could just lowball you, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also as a business, it kind of makes sense. Like, yo, it's listed for a week at a juicy price. If not, let the market have it. Like I kind of liking that. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like the idea of that. It's probably something I should move towards because auctions get you more followers on eBay. So it's really plus EV either way. And it's probably more plus EV if you are auctioning consistently on eBay because you're gaining followers there and you're also showing that you're not really messing around on IG. Um, like I was thinking of that too. Like I have a couple things that I feel like I post every single story and they're not selling. So obviously I'm mispricing it or no one on IG wants it. So what's the next best place? It's eBay. So probably probably best to just keep things pushing. Um, so I like that. You always had the chance of an auction going super low, but if you got like 40, 50 auctions going, you're not really going to lose. You're going to get market for most things minus fees and just get it out the house and never have to worry about it again, which is
But
pretty nice.
is it the same thing we are talking about earlier where it kind of just comes down to informed buyers, right? Because the people that are buying it now are doing price research, right? Versus the people that are
Hmm.
buying auctions, they're just like, ooh, shiny, I'm a moth.
Hmm.
Let me moth right in, dude. Like, bro, most I don't know how it is for you. This is anecdotal or whatever, right? But for me, bro, I had like three watchers or two watchers up to the very last 5 minutes.
Hmm.
And then I got 28 bids. I'm like, what? So there is a lot of people, like there are people that are just like ending soonest, PSA 10 Japanese, what's ending soonest, like on some moth, full moth, not comping
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
So
Yep.
like I'm always tripping on that because I'm like, damn, bro, this blue eyes was at $5 and there was 10 minutes left. I'm like, I'm about to get wrecked, bro. Like that's like a
Mm.
$70 card raw. It's at 5 with 10 minutes left. And it had like three watchers, ended up going for like 66 or something. I'm like, how is that even possible? Like, how did
Yeah.
$66 get generated out of the universe in the last 10 minutes? Like,
Hmm.
I I also think that there's people that literally won't let an auction end under a certain number. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was selling a non-hollow Needle King in a 9, beyond dark. It was at like $3 up to the very last, and then it went to like $11. I'm like, damn, dude, there's always that $11 there ready for you. And it's like
Hmm.
$11 plus $5 shipping is still $10 or whatever, $8 that you take home on a L.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of feeling the auctions, bro. I'm kind of feeling the auctions, especially if like if anyway, I forgot what I was gonna say, but go ahead. Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah. I'm probably gonna try some auctions here this week. Probably list them tomorrow and do 10-day and just see how it goes. I definitely have a lot of backlog stuff that's just not selling. It'll eventually sell, but it's just like better to sell it now than waiting another who knows how many months to sell something. So maybe even try some Bandai Yu-Gi-Oh that I'm just in for grading on because it's like I literally can't lose. So like $11 and losing a little bit of grading fees on some stuff that I got from a dusted grader. Honestly sounds pretty good right about now. So um,
Yeah,
yeah,
another thing
I'm
I
with it.
noticed, with the like more niche stuff, like I was grading those Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and um the cards just won't sell by it now because nobody's looking for them. But
Hmm.
once I auction the lower grades, now the people that are looking for them have a chance to find them because they're getting auctioned, right?
Right.
And so they're like following my store. So now my second wave of the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff that I was selling did much better than the first wave.
Right. Yep.
And I was like surprised because I've been wanting 60, $70 for this card for 3 months and it sold for like 75 at auction. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, why am I holding things that are not popular and getting searched? Like if I have
Mhm.
a bubble Mew or a EX Charizard flying through the sky or some shit, like yeah, you could just be lowest listed on eBay. It's getting search relentless. Somebody gonna bite that lure and you're gonna print, right? But if
Right.
it's some
Yep.
shit that nobody knows about, some sticker Prism Umbreon from 1942 Kids Bop Show CD, you just gotta auction that thing. Especially if you have a bunch, just auction off, see what the demand is. Those people will follow you because they know you have that, and then you keep auctioning, and then it's like it's the only really like way to go. I don't know. Because there was cards that I wanted 100 on, bro, for 3 months that sold for 79 bucks. It's like, what am I doing? Just auction it. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's fine, and it's profit too. It's profit, so it's not like it's not like you're losing to auction and to get popularity. Like it's if I'm profiting at the auction on something that isn't getting looked for, searched for or whatever, then just auction it. That's where I'm at,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, you can even auction stuff that is being looked for, and you're tapping into a whole nother buyer base that they only ever look at auctions on eBay. Like, I think there's definitely thousands and thousands of people out there that are only searching auctions. And even for the niche stuff where it's like it's really hard to tell what a market price is, you can kind of just an auction allows you to actually open your mind up to actually purchasing this because it's the only one on eBay and it's being auctioned. Like as far as the Mars show and other stuff that you're selling is, and even Bandai, if I auction it, it's like it's the only PSA 8 of whatever it is. I don't know the market price. I can't comp it, but I feel comfortable putting in a minimum bid of 35 or whatever it is. And maybe I take it for 25. And if I pay 35, I'll be fine with it because it's the only chance to buy it.
Exactly.
So that definitely makes a lot of sense because people will just watch stuff that's niche and just stay watching it
And then
just to
not buy
watch
it.
it sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just watching it to sell just to kind of get an idea in their head, like,
Right.
how long is this up? Like, is this even a good
Right.
buy?
Yeah, but
And
when
with
those
auction,
10
you're
minutes are
just
ticking,
forcing
when
them to
those
buy
last
it.
10, yeah. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
No, yeah, when the 10 minutes were ticking, you're like, yeah, this is your only chance. Like, who knows when another Mars show card like this is going to show upgraded in this high upgrade. And for this like vintage Bandai and Mars show Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, it's like even finding a high grade is impossible. And if there is a high grade, it usually gets bought by it now. So like all this lower grade stuff that's not even listed by it now, there's like only raw available. When you're forced to buy it, it's it can potentially go much better for the seller than the buyer. Because we just let stuff sit, then people see that it sits, and then they devalue it in their own head. Um, so no,
Right.
I
And
like
it's
that
like
strat.
you're kind of fighting against yourself because it's like it's not selling at 100. So then you list it at 70. And then it's like, why did I just undercut my own self? Like it's just nobody's looking for it. So there's nobody's fighting, you know what I mean, to get it. So that's what an auction
Mm,
creates. It creates, here you go. It's 99 cents, guys. There's 5 minutes left. Like you're gonna let it go for 99 cents. You're not, you're gonna put
mm-hmm.
35 and then you're gonna profit. So
Yep. Yep.
um I got a question for you on some other shit. Like you said you bought a Yu-Gi-Oh collection and what happened? You got wrecked?
I don't think I'm gonna get wrecked, but it's definitely like I need to buy stuff in person for Yu-Gi-Oh because I mean vintage Pokemon. There's always a chance for it to be bad quality, but I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh, at least like the North American version, there's a much higher chance for it to be bad quality. Um, Luckily, a lot of the market prices, I'll probably be fine on a lot of this stuff, but I was definitely expecting more of it to be minty. So we'll just have to see. I mean, I'm not sad or super happy. I'm just kind of in the middle where it's like, oh, well, sometimes you have to gamble on this stuff and sometimes it doesn't turn out well. And who knows, maybe I PSA 10 something and I'm really happy I even purchased it. So um, it's all up to the graders and eBay's hands now. Um, but I got some other good Pokemon stuff in recently, so it all evens out. But um,
I got a
this market
question.
is
So
is risky, like you have to get a good deal on stuff. Sometimes you just have to shell out the money and pray
mm,
based on the information you have. So
I think what sometimes kept me from buying lots is that when you do get a bad lot, you also gave yourself a lot of work, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
like it's like fuck me, man. Now I have 100 heavy plate hollows that are worth $3 on eBay. It's like, how do I even like? Do I do lots now? Do I jump?
Hmm.
Do I hit the streamer homie and try to break even? Do I like jump? So, but when you hit a lot that's like all minty, bro, you 10x your business. So it's like
Yeah.
it's insane. Like remember when you got that lot and it was all those lottery cards and they were all minty and you like sequential 10 all of them? It's like that's insane. Dude, that was
Hmm.
like a maybe like $1,000 lot and you probably made 6, 7K on that. Like that's retarded. Like you know what I mean? That's such a big dub. Or
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was
know.
like
Maybe I'm getting the numbers right, but
1,700, but I was able to sell all the stuff that wasn't gradable for like 2,800, and then I had
and then
like
you
a
kept
whole
all the
bunch of
lot.
stuff left. Yeah, so I mean
Ridiculous.
that type of stuff. It's just like that's what I'm trying to do more is like buy less singles and just buy more collections. It's more work, but I'm working another job part time that can pay the bills and make me feel, happy and have the ability to spend money. So like lots into the extra work. It's like I have more of a time frame than doing it full time. Like if I was doing this full time and I got this lot in, it'd be like, oh man, like I have to research all these Yu-Gi-Oh codes and figure out what they're all worth ASAP and list it all
Exactly.
ASAP. It's not
Right,
like it's
exactly.
not
That's
it.
the
Where
thing.
it's like
That's
this, it's like I'll probably make some money. Like I still haven't gone through all of it. I've just looked through like what I think are the most expensive hits, but there's still like a couple more boxes I haven't gone through. And you know how that is. Like you'll open a box and there will just be an unsleeved $100 card, and you're like, oh, okay, well, we're back in the
that's
green. So
yeah.
that's what the best thing is about lots is you can be 75% done going through it, and then you still haven't reached 30% of the value. Um,
That's a
so
good point.
yeah, once again, lots print, everyone. Lots are the best way to buy.
I
The pillars have
guess.
been telling us since 2020.
Yeah. I don't
So,
know. I don't know. It's I don't know. I think if you have an outlet to move a bunch of cards like being a streamer, you should just always be buying lots, which is essentially what they're doing. So that makes sense.
hmm.
Um, I had another thing I wanted to ask you, but it'll come to me. Because I've been like I picked up those complete sets. Remember like the complete jungle,
Hmm.
complete base or whatever. And once again, base set most liquid. Wow, dude, I'm super blown away. The first
Yeah.
thing to sell is base set Charizard. Like it's yeah. But yeah, it sucks when you have to sit on a lot because it does tie up a lot of your money. And I do think
Hmm.
there's like a little bit of a gambling to it where you're like, you heard that SM Pratt story where he like found the trophy Magikarp in the binder like apart. It's like, oh, I'm gonna find a grail. It's like, no, you're not. You're gonna get heavy plate
Yeah.
hollows half the time.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I think if I had like a smaller bankroll, I would still just do singles, but then you don't have that multiplier effect that you have with a good lot. Like if you pick up some dude's binder at a garage sale, dude, and it's all minty like black star promos in English, you might make 100K like on some other shit.
Yeah.
But when you buy a single, you're kind of just capped at whatever that PSA 10 price is. So from the
Yep.
point of view of gambling, like it's less risky to buy singles with good pictures, but it's also you're not gonna 10x like it's just not gonna happen. You're capped at the PSA 10 minus fees.
Right.
Um, um, hmm. Dude, I had something else. Do you have anything else? Because I'll try to remember. Like I wanted to ask you something about a Blastoise, but I just don't
Um,
even remember.
well, turns out Pikachu with felt hat is still liquid. I learned that. I had a PSA 10 listed for less than a day and it sold. So I'm just kind of trying to move the business towards more popular things and less of, I guess, what I like to own or what I'd like to PC or whatever. Because I mean, that's kind of what's kept me in it this whole time is finding cool stuff I would like, and then unfortunately, into my collector side, selling the PSA 10 when I get it, and it kind of takes some of the magic out of it. But I mean, it can't be all magic as a business, so um, I definitely want to move. I mean, I have been moving more into English alt arts and stuff that just sells in a day. So, um, that is working pretty well. So I don't know. I'm feeling like pretty brain dead at this point.
Oh, I have one for you. I have one for you. Do you
Yeah.
remember that trade I sent you? Okay, guys, so here's what happened. The guy traded a PSA 10 English Gold Star Charizard, Delta species English Gold Star Charizard, for a Pikachu, the one where he's holding the ring, the Japanese promo, the Pika ring, where he's like, not the ring, the one where Pikachu's holding the ring in a 9, I believe. And it was like, they put the picture together of they like one got a gold star and the other one got the Pika ring. And I was trying to figure out who got the better, who got the better deal there. Um,
Mhm.
I tend to lean towards the gold star, even though I like the Pikachu more because I like Japanese promos, obviously. But I just wouldn't bet against English gold star Chari, bro. Like I just would never, like I just cannot bet against a black PSA 10 Charizard shiny in English. Like it just kind of
Yeah.
hits everything. And the Pika promos are 9. It's still Japanese. It's still CGI. But like for me personally, I think the Pikachu's cooler. But I just wouldn't bet against the Gold Star English 10. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like the Gold Star English 10. I just looked it up. Like on eBay, there's multiple listings. Obviously, like they're way higher than market price, but you can at least see the Gold Star 10 Charizard available on the market. Where the Pikachu ring, it's not available. Like you have to find someone that has it or
Right,
buy it for
right.
super high. So I think as far as rarity is involved and history of the hobby and all the like ultra nuance, the guy going for the Pika ring is correct. But as far as like what the market is and will continue to be, I think the guy who got the Gold Star Charizard is correct. Um,
Hmm.
it's going to take years and like probably multiple decades for that Pikachu ring to be considered a bigger grail than a Gold Star Charizard. It's just how it is. So the Pika ring guy was obviously like, or the guy trading away the Pikachu ring is like, it's kind of hard to find a buyer for this. Obviously, it's a grail, but I can definitely find a buyer for a PSA 10
Yeah,
Chari,
liquidity
or it's
wise,
his,
yeah.
or it's just his grail, and he always wanted, and he got a Pikachu like ring, and et cetera, et cetera. Whereas like the other guy is like, oh, I'll trade away this Charizard bag. Like there's tons of them listed. There's, it's a set card. It's not a trophy. I'll trade that away for a Pikachu trophy card. In reality, he's doing. I mean, obviously, when you're trading cards this big, you're probably not really You're pretty financially well off, so it doesn't really matter in the end. But he's definitely getting caught up in like what we used to do, where it's like, oh, this is Japanese only exclusive, like super low pop. It's a trophy. It's like obviously way better than the Chari, like yada yada yada. But as a seller, it's like
As a
I'm pretty
seller, you
sure
want
the
that
Gold
Chari.
Star Chari guy won, like the guy who got that. But that's the beauty of the hobby is Pikachu ring guy is super happy that he got a trophy card grail for an English set card, and the other guy is super happy because he sold a CGI Pikachu with a ring that he couldn't find sellers for. And now he has a PSA 10 of the only Gold Star Charizard and the first release of a shiny Charizard card. Other than like, I guess you could argue that Neo Destiny was a shiny Charizard, but you can't tell the color. Like this is like the
No,
first
no, for
Black
sure.
Charizard shiny card that was released. So,
Yeah. No, I
um,
think you explained that well, man. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm sure I have more stuff to ask you. But we can say that for the next one. I guess if you wanna give any like final thoughts, dude, I just picked up a lot of cards. I have to go through them, sort them. I still have to pack
mm-hmm.
like the auctions that I sold yesterday, so I still kind of have a lot of more hobby ahead of me, but I gotta get on that.
Yep.
So I can spend some quality time with my loved ones. But Jake Smith,
Yes.
bro, thank you so much for coming on to your own show. Um,
Mm-hmm.
thank you for
I
wearing a
made it
suit.
even at work. Yep. No, we're
And
good today.
if you wanna give people any final thoughts, anything on your mind, what you
Yeah.
got?
Minty Mountain on Instagram. I'll I think I'm running a story sale probably tomorrow. I was going to do it today, but just got a couple collections in. So I also have a lot of work to do before spending time with my loved ones. Minty Mountain on Instagram, Your Card Creator on Instagram. Hopefully we'll keep having lovely people reach out to us and sharing their thoughts about the show and continue enjoying this lovely hobby we're in. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, man, definitely. Thank you guys for tapping in. The chat has been pretty funny. Always good to see you guys. What are my final thoughts? Honestly, I'm gonna trigger people, but take more risk. Okay. Sorry, Retro. My fault. I will be DM'd about this later, but take more risk, bro. But don't take blind risk. But it's okay to take calculated risk. Like if you are good at something or you've shown results at something, increasing your risk isn't stupid. It's logical because you're getting better, right? Like when I started skateboarding, like with stairs and stuff, I would hit the 3 stair. But once you do the 3 stair 100 times, you're like, bro, I could do the 10, I could do the 6, I could do the 3, I could do the 6. That's not really risk. But if you see some ladies, like some grandma, she's like, he's jumping off his 6 stairs. He's a demon. It's like, no, because I already worked my way up to that. And
Yep.
so I just recently took risk, dude. I took risk in the hobby, and I guess results oriented, it worked out. It's gonna work out, and I definitely get like a dopamine from that of
Mhm.
like I believed in this play. I went through with it, and like I got it. So it's exciting, honestly. It's more exciting to me than ripping packs or anything. It's just like placing a good bet and having it work out. And if you're engaged in this hobby and you're tapping into all the streams and you're actively engaged in the discords, like, bro, you know what's up. Like, stop second guessing everything. Just snap. Yes, snap. Like some dude's like, oh, should I buy this dude's entire childhood collection for 1,300? I'm like, you rang my line over 1,300? Snap. Like, I know that's a lot of
Yeah.
money. I'm not saying I'm just throwing 1,300s out there, but it's like, are you kidding me? Like the implied odds of a minty collection is like 13K. Like why are we talking about this? Like
Yeah.
snap. Don't be scared. Snap. Bad pictures, that's your best friend. If the guy has bad pictures, that's how you print. Oh, he has bad
Mhm.
pictures. Perfect. Send me the link so I can snap.
All he's selling is socks and shirts in his store. Then there's these random Pokemon cards with bad pictures. Should I buy it? Yes, you should buy it. It's his only Pokemon cards, all of them.
Yes,
Usually
dude.
the implied
Exactly.
odds are it's pretty decent.
It's minty. Send me the link. And with that, we'll see y'all next time. Jake Smith,
Thanks,
have a
y'all.
great day.
You too,
Peace,
bro.
y'all.
Peace.
Are we live?
Are we live?